fuck is up, bitches? I'm not supposed to say those words until no, it's past the first 30 seconds already. That's why I have the intro there. That's literally why I do the 30-second intro. Literally. Not because I want a fun or cool intro, because I want to make sure I cross that 30-second threshold so I can start the show with what the fuck is up.
What is the fuck up?
Lots. The Zach Blackfire shirt is done. It's fixed. It was done before. It's fixed now and done. The Roland Gonzalez shirt is also done. More on that in a moment. So many of these exciting things are done. Y'all should be pressing the like button. The James Baker is here for the stories. We have so many stories. It's going to be a great night. It's going to be a wonderful night. What's up? We got Cortanis 001, who is fucked up, so you're in the right place. Greg Kirby, John 42, Casey Mobley, Mr. Tickletrunk, who had our first Jamaram, our first he's been jamming out to Jamaram in the chat, and it's our first super chat of the night, so we'll get to that one in just a minute. Sweet Pea says, bitches! We've got Rejoir Renoir, I butchered that, I'm sure. Kato Jackson, Mando Merck. What's up, Mando Merck? Ricardo Martinez, Movie Blocks, Andrew Malachinsky, all you wonderful, beautiful people. Matt G. Ida Steam is here. Canadian Spider-Man is here.
Hello, D. James Baker. Hello, Canadian Spidey.
D. James Baker.
Hello, everyone.
Dr. Carls.
I got coffee now.
Someone else I know. I'm Paneotis says Manram? Jam Ram.
Does he jam the man? I don't know. I don't judge.
Zacharat 315 is here. Okay, so Mr. Tickletrunk, thank you for the super chat. It is the Shiba Inu with the hearts and stuff. Oh, I should go into my little background place so we know. Guys, I'm over on Livit right now. If you want to see me streaming more often, you should go there. It's super fun. I want this to be the thing. Like, I want to get all of my streams over there instead of here because it's way more fun. Let me get you guys a link to, I think that there's a Livit website. Is it? Or is this just something different? That's not it. Okay.
Livit Water Project.
Livit streaming. Okay. They don't like, okay. They're like nowhere. Okay. There's app based, so I have to find the link somewhere else. Anyway. Don't like, okay. Go away, me. Oh, guys, I pressed the like button. Do it, because I said so. Somebody disliked it. It's probably Ram Jam.
Somebody said they're getting high on sour diesel.
Tight.
I've never heard of that stuff in my life.
I don't even know what that could possibly refer to. All right, let's see. Where are we? Let me look at my own stream. Thank you for allowing me to go. No, this shit is not for kids. Excuse me, not for kids. No. This, by the way, I think when people lose their shit sometimes over why did the video of comments disable, even things like the High Republic, why did the stream of comments disable? It's probably listed as for kids because some of it is for kids and you're actually not allowed to have comments on it. So some of it's just sensationalized
like that
BS.
Video?
Yeah.
I think it's because he ripped off Rod Stewart and they didn't want a billion comments that said he ripped off Rod Stewart, motherfucker.
Probably. That's my assumption.
Didn't that sound exactly the same?
It did.
I can't get over that.
It's really weird. So thank you for the little Shiba Inu, Mr. Tickletrunk. I can't say words. The James Baker says, to quote the line, you guys are fine.
Oh, mama.
Tonight is a night for quoting lines because in addition to that epic thing, digital products, that's something cool. I like to sell digital products. You guys know all of the inside jokes. They're great. So we have this one. I don't know why you're giving me the dashboard. I do want to order samples actually, but why can't I just my computer is being a poop. Here we go. This one. Open Schlink in the tab. Okay. Here we go. Very exciting.
I haven't seen this before.
This is exciting news. It's been redesigned to be spelled correctly. Guys, it's a Zach Blackfire shirt. You're like, what the fuck is this? Let me show you real quick.
Hold on, drumroll, right? Joy to the world. Clark, it looks wonderful. There we go.
Nope, wrong
Hey, cool.
window. Okay, did that wrong.
Do it again. Do it again. Wait. Hold on, one more time. Into the breathe. It's like Austin Powers too. Ready? Oh, we time traveled.
Okay, let's try that again. Let me try to be not retarded this time. Nope. 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 Nope.
You said not.
Nope. Nope. Yep.
Yep.
Nope. Yep.
You can't the same one.
This one?
Yeah.
It's this one?
No. What are you
It's
trying to
that
do?
one.
Yeah.
That one. Yep. I did it.
We're still on this part. Okay.
There we go. Ah! It says I like big assholes and I cannot come. Oh yeah, by our little streamception. We can do it again if you want. It's fun.
You need a button to do it. Boom.
So,
I'll get the Inception button.
guys, Mad Libs. If you don't know where all the literally, if you guys were here, there was one where there was something about planting your assholes. That is literally a phrase Jeff and I use in our daily life now. We're just like, all right, we're gonna plant our assholes. That's what we say. We're just gonna sit down, chill for the evening. You know, we get a little fucked up and stuff, and you want to chill out. You know, plant our assholes.
Yeah, it's because that's the end of the day. That's my favorite time of the day.
We reference this stuff
All the time because of you guys.
Oh, remember the hot buttered nuns? And piss-covered strawberries will still be a shirt with weird graphic art. Remember how excited you got about doing the underwater effect with the piss?
Yeah.
You gotta make that.
Tom McFarlane style.
So, see, D. James Baker was right. We were keyed in piss-covered strawberries. So, I like big assholes and I cannot come. Bam. So yeah, this came up in one of our Mad Libs stories a billion years ago, which, by the way, we are playing Mad Libs tonight. We were playing it at the end of the stream. Points are given away for Mad Libs words. Points are given away for lots of things on this stream now. Plenty of chances to earn points tonight, too, because there will be legitimate prizes for the top 10 points earners. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we need more people to get on the board because so far everyone's getting a prize this month, including Jeff. And I really don't want Jeff to win a prize because that's retarded. So he only has 3 points, so more people need to get on the board. Point is, there'll be lots of opportunities to earn points tonight. Things like if you can guess who we're going to talk about next or next topic or this or that. So if you can guess what our first topic is going to be, you will get 100 points. I'm
just reading Flaming TP.
But first, ow! Flaming TP. I want to bring it out. I want to bring out the beautiful thing. I want to bring out the beauty.
Ah!
Guys, I should get rid of the screen probably.
Yeah.
Who needs the assholes when that come anyway? Guys, do you know what this is? You guys know what this is, right? 10 points to the first person who tells me what this is because you know what this is. Ooh, Flaming DP just gets 1,000 points because he's the person who sent this to me. So that's just happening. Where's my pen? Harry Hazel's the feelings too. All right, so let's see. Truck nuts are the funniest. So the station wagon with truck nuts. That one we were just talking about that Sweepy before the stream. The station wagon with truck nuts.
Indeed, we were.
We so were. All right. So we do have some good guesses here. The first person to get it right was Brenda, so she gets the 100 points, and Reservoir Renoir because he got it too. So I got to write that down. And someone else gets 10 points for knowing what this is because I expect you guys to know what this is. All right. So Brenda gets 100 more points. And okay, I got to fucking spell your name now. Renoir, actually. Reniot. So I don't know if it's whatever. Okay. 100 points for you. And then someone knew what that was. Runs with Phantoms. You got it. Runs with Phantoms is now on the board with a solid 10 points, which puts him above Jeff. Thus,
what is Reservoir Renoir? That sounds like an anime character, like a.
Yeah. So, yeah,
like
this is in fact DJ James Baker. You get 10 points too because you said it real good too. Yeah, this is Inigo Montoya's sword, like the perfect Sweepy. You also get 10. Get 10 because you said it. Yep. This sure looks toxic. And Merc got it as well. Ha! Firing a six-figure man killed for it. Damn right he did. Well done, Lee James Baker. Mando Merc, are you on the board yet? You are not. You are now with 10 points. So Gryffindor. Mando Merc plus 10. Boom. Okay. No more guesses. All right. Yep. That's the one. This is the perfect replica. As good of one as you're ever going to get from the movie. Because they had the casts, they had the pictures, they had everything. Is that how it's pronounced? Reshwa Renoir. Cool. Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle. Reshwa Renoir.
This sword is beautifully balanced. It's gorgeous. It's
and it's pretty goddamn cool.
It is stunning. Never seen it. Greg Kirby, you will get points one day.
So what is your next movie sword you'd like to own?
So I have Andoril.
That is, for those who don't know.
That is Narsil reforged, the sword that cut the ring from Sauron's hand, Aragorn's sword in Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
I have Sting, which is Bilbo, and then Frodo's sword in Lord of the Rings.
I did know that because it just came.
I would love a Gladiator Gladius. His Gladius from Gladiator. Maximus's Gladius. Specifically the one he uses in the battle in the beginning. Yeah, the one he uses in the battle in the beginning. And the Rudius from Gladiator 2. I love that. The wooden one, the symbol of Proximo's freedom. Put this bad boy away.
I'd like to get a perfect replica of the Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda. That'd be my favorite. Because there's no movie swords I like that aren't lightsabers. I mean, look, we're together. The Princess Bride sword lives here. So if I'm like, I love the Princess Bride, which I do, the sword's just right there.
Fair enough. Steam also has Sting.
Hylian shield to go with that.
Gwyneth Paltrow set her vagina on fire to make candles. Greatest interpretation of that ever. Okay, so I think it was just these. So we have 2 super chats from Ninja Lawyer Steve. Sends email. Urkel voice. Did I do that? Yes, you did. Ninja Lawyer Steve says, and here's your hazard pay for the email in question.
What did you do?
Hazard pay. Now I gotta know. Oh, God.
What? Photoshops. Yes.
Oh, my God.
If only my abs looked like that.
Oh, my God.
I love these. Yeah.
Oh, these are amazing. Pancakes! Yes! Oh my God, this one's the best one ever. Oh God, I'm gonna share this one right now.
Steve sends you these and then sends you a super chat to tell you to
check
them.
Ninja Lawyer Steve is the best person ever. Should we show them all off?
Of course.
All right, we're gonna show you guys what Ninja Lawyer Steve sent us. Greg Kirby says, "Show us." All right, Greg Kirby, for asking us to show you, you get 5 points and you're officially on the board.
Good job, Greg. Always looking out for those in the community.
Because exactly, been such a good mod. 5 points on the board. Okay. Share screen, Chrome tab, my email. Not that one. My email. All right. So we have Attack of the 50-Foot Jesse.
Because
demonstrating.
Jesse's enough already.
Demonstrating once again. I love this is the best part.
Yeah.
That's the best part. The little Jeff down at the bottom. Yeah. This right here.
I like it. A lot.
Oh, God. Wait, they can't see it if I do that. Maybe they can. I don't think they see where I'm pointing. But yeah, the little Jeff at the bottom is the best part. I personally feel like this once again demonstrates why I should never have long hair. It just looks weird on me.
Wrong angle, but
it looks weird. The amazing colossal Jeff.
That's just every day for me, but hey, thank you.
Just Jeff's life. War of the Colossal Jeff.
I like this one the best.
This one's great. I love that face. It works so well for this poster. It really looks like it could be you. Skin tone and everything, you know. This is my favorite one. Pancakes! 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 Oh, hell no! No! No, thank you! No, thank you at all!
Rice and pancakes?
Yeah, I said no thank you. $5 appearance fee, and I'll come say no thank you in person. IHOSP! International House of Pancakes! Yeah, it's IOSP.
I love it.
IOSP. I think we made that joke before too.
Mm-hmm.
I love the picture. It's so uncomfortable. Chef should be a gay. Yeah. I don't like it. IOSP.
He's like Chef Boyardee.
Oh, he does. That's exactly what it reminded me of. So that's what we were delighted to. Thank you, Ninja Lawyer Steve. These were magical.
That's the kind of shit I fucking love to receive.
Just magical. Oh, I'm required to remind you to press the like button because apparently if I don't, you won't remember to do it. So.
Oh my god, did you have that many likes already? It's pretty good.
It's decent.
Yeah, but I mean, there's.
I know. I'm kidding. We have more likes than people watching, so that's always exciting.
I know. I mean, those numbers are awesome.
So, like I was saying, go to your app store on whatever mobile device you have. Download the app Livit. I'm spelling it right here in the chat. Follow that or me on there, and then I'm streaming there tomorrow at 3 p.m. Pacific, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, Mondays, 3 p.m. Oh, sorry, Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific. I thought tomorrow was Thursday for some reason. Thursday, 3 p.m. Pacific, Friday, 3 p.m. Pacific, Monday, 3 p.m. Pacific, and some random times in between. Sweepy and I, we did have a blast. Sweepy can tell you one of the really cool things about Livit. You're going to get a lot more. If you're one of those people who's like, oh, I wish I could just talk to you more and have a little more like one-on-one and this and that. That's Livit. You're going to get that on Livit. You're going to get a little more fun, a little more interaction, a little more fun. So Sweepy can tell you all about that in the chat as well. And Sweepy, have I wrenched you yet? Because I should if I haven't. Add moderator. Bam! Sweepy is now a moderator. Done. So our first topic, as promised.
The same thing too. Just remind me, Sweepy.
Gwyneth Paltrow's exploding vagina. So apparently,
man, Chris Martin must have a hell of a dick to do that.
Gwyneth Paltrow's This Smells Like My Vagina candle, which I was going to rip on this woman and be like, why would you buy this in the first place? And then I read that she won it in some quiz contest, probably like pub trivia or some shit. What a terrible fucking prize. Like, oh, you win a prize. It's Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina-scented candle. What? Apparently she was like, all right, I'll light this bitch. And it just turned into a towering inferno in the middle of her living room and nearly burned her entire fucking house down. Because I guess the people who manufactured this candle couldn't be bothered to see if, like, I don't know, their oils had a low enough burning point that they were just going to create a giant wax fire in the middle of your home. I've dealt with this shit before. Why? Because I was like a bit of a pyro as a preteen. So, like, my friends and I would get candles and we'd burn a bunch of shit in it. When you superheat that bad boy, and even on a regular candle, you can get it hot enough that it actually starts burning the oils in the candle itself, which burns super hot, and you can't put it out with water because then it just goes, phew. Figured that one out the hard way too. Yeah, that's not good. So when you design a candle, a regular wick, like the regular flame on a regular wick, should not be able to essentially cause a massive chemical reaction that lights all these oils on fire.
Like she put a fuse in the candle.
Right? It's like, oh my god! If your candle...
It's like the Mission Impossible.
Just hope that a strong wind does not cause it to burn a little faster and a little hotter, because it might fucking explode!
Your candle will self-destruct in 5 seconds.
Hey! Zach Blackfire's here!
Hey.
He says, all hail chat. I think that's the new way we do it. It's like, you guys are fine, comma.
Yep.
All hail chat.
Oops.
Nope. It's canon now. It's canon. We no longer hail the chat with exclamation points. We hail the chat with question marks. All hail chat, question mark. I expect everyone to follow suit immediately. Zach Blackfire definitely gets points for following suit. And Zach Blackfire, promise you this is the last time I will ask. We were just showing off your shirt, my dude. You're going to 20 points for being here because it is finally effing done. So if you guys want it, here it is in the chat. That's not the one. This is the one. Boom. Here it is in the chat. Bam. Acceptance speech. All right. So that's that. And then it's not all. There's also this one. There's this one we're very excited for. Brand spanking new, hot off the press. Thanks to Roland Gonzalez, as I mentioned before. We now also have I survived 2020 and all I got was this stupid t-shirt, the shirt, as suggested by the wonderful Roland Gonzalez. So that is available right now. I'm going to drop that link in the chat. And here is the deal. If you buy either of these shirts tonight or any Mindless Entertainment shirt tonight, you get a 5,000 points in the game of points. Now, 5,000 points is probably enough to put you very much towards the lead, or at least give you certainly a competitive edge against anyone else on the board already. And the number one prize next month for the person who wins the points board will be any shirt of their choice, as well as whatever is being given to the rest of the top 10 list, which this month I believe is going to be pins. We're going to do little buttons, little cow buttons. Some of you've gotten them before. I've had them in the past. So little cow tongue buttons. There'll be stickers, magnets, there'll be digital things as well for the top 10s. But the number one, the extra cool stuff like, t-shirts, private special things, magic favors, not sexual ones, only magic ones. So points lists are important. Other ways you can get in the points list is by impressing us in Mad Libs, which we're playing later. But you can always send in super chats for words now, just to give you a sense of what kind of words we're going to have going on. We actually have 2 different celebrities in this one, a whole slew of adjectives, and a bunch of plural nouns. There's a type of liquid in there, a verb in there, a silly word, a male person in the room, and another male person in the room. Those are the types of words out there. So if you want to send in your Mad Lib suggestions early, any super chat suggestions early will go into the book. Other than that, we'll open up to the regular floor when we get there. Meanwhile, to get us back on track with exploding candles, our good friend Gobi Borga Home says, you think a candle bursting into flames is a sight? Wait till you see someone potting pickups, heat the paraffin wax to ignition point. Epic! That sounds exciting.
I want to go back to the actual story. The first story. The fact that there's a candle that smells like that. The fact that society has humored this woman for so long that it allows her to not only sell a candle that smells like her snatch, but it's now a fucking fire hazard. We need to stop Gwyneth Paltrow across the fucking board. She needs to be reevaluated as a person, maybe even psychologically. We need to see if she's an alien. We need to know if everything's okay upstairs.
Here's the thing with celebrity babies, right? Is like, when you've been famous your whole fucking life, it gets to a point where you're wondering, is she just trolling us to see how far she can take it because she's bored? Or is she so out of touch that she legitimately thinks this stuff is magical? Because she's had people kissing her ass her whole life. So she woke up one morning and went goof, and someone went, oh my God, Gwyneth, it's brilliant.
I'm just reading that Shia LaBeouf.
Thank you. Ida Steam. Shia LaBeouf.
That's for Mad Libs.
It is for, of course it's for Mad Libs. That's why I'm reaching for my Mad Libs. Clearly it's a celebrity. So I'm going to amend your statement, Ida Steam. I feel like celebrities should always be addressed by the title that they've earned. So I'm going to put him in as actual cannibal Shia LaBeouf, which will bring us to our next topic. Actual.
Is that Commander Rex as your icon?
Yeah.
I think so.
Shia. I'm assuming you spelled it right.
Gwyneth Paltrow is like Belle Delphine, except she's an actress. Not
LaBeouf.
porn famous.
And Runs with Phantom says, for Mad Libs, person in the room, Sweet Pea. So I think both of them were male. But actually, let me double check because it might work anyway. Oh yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It says male, but who cares? We're progressive era. Perfect.
Now we're attitude era.
Thank you, Runs with Phantoms. And 10 points for being awesome and suggesting Sweet Pea, because I love Sweet Pea. So there you go. Points for that. Oh, and actually, and then also everyone who sends a super chat for Mad Libs ahead of time gets an additional 20 points. So Runs with Phantoms gets 20 for that. And then who gave us our other suggestion? Ida Steam, who I'm pretty sure is not on the points list yet. Ida Steam making the points list with 20. And an excellent celebrity suggestion. So, it's other celebrities who are actual cannibals. Armie Hammer. It's a thing.
Indeed it is, which is really weird.
So I was actually just going to look up and see if there are any updates on this instance. Because we got into this a little bit on the matriarchy before we could really get as deep as I wanted to go. Anna fell asleep because she'd been up for 24 straight hours, and she fell asleep. So, non-cannibal actor Josh Duhamel in talks to replace Armie Hammer in Shotgun Wedding. Oh, good.
I had read that one already.
Non-cannibal actor.
I mean, it's important to preface.
Very
because
important.
We now live in a world where everyone wants to say, this is my representation, this is my identity, this, that, whatever. I like to know when a person is not a cannibal. Yeah. I think that's more important than hearing their pronouns.
Exactly. I don't give a shit about your gender pronouns. Tell me if you're a cannibal or not, please, right up front. Who was the CNN reporter who ate brains? Ooh, I don't remember, but there was that bath salts guy in Florida once upon a time.
I gotta look up the CNN reporter who ate brains.
Here's a good GQ one. Armie Hammer cannibalism allegations. How common is a cannibalism fetish? How common is a cannibalism fetish anyway? And here's some lovely fetish art for you from GQ. Does that turn you on, Jeff?
No.
That might inspire me to watch a movie if it was billed as a horror movie. If it was billed as a romance, I would run for the hills. It's not even 3 weeks into the new year and everyone's talking about cannibalism. I feel like we're in a better place, though, because in the new year of last year, well, okay, let's see. In the new year of last year, we got almost World War III and then coronavirus.
Yeah.
Now we have a little baby insurrection and a cannibal. I feel like we're doing better. We still have coronavirus. It's still a thing.
Yeah, it never went away.
Nice. D. James Baker, I like this one. Silly words are always really hard for me to come up with good ones, but you managed quite nicely. Bumfuzzle.
I like that.
I dig that one. Bumfuzzle. Where's my silly word? Oh my god, this is going to be so great.
My silly word.
I feel like we're going to get some more t-shirts out of tonight.
Yeah.
I really do. So yes, like I said, anyway, and if you buy a t-shirt, just tell me that you bought a t-shirt. And if I don't see it in the chat, I'll wrap up by the end to make sure I have everyone. If I see it, I'll write it down. So if you buy a t-shirt during the stream, let me know, just like all caps me in the chat. If you buy a t-shirt, during the stream, it doesn't have to be, the one of the two new ones. It doesn't have to be the Zach Blackfire one or the 2020 one. It can be anyone you want. But just at me, just like caps me in the chat if you buy a shirt during the stream, because you will get 5,000 points, mindless mob points towards winning a free t-shirt next month. You're winning a free t-shirt at the end of the month or other awesome merchandise, etc., etc. So I'll just take your word for it because I'm that kind of person. Boom. So that's the email address. If I don't catch you in the chat and you did get one during the stream, just shoot me a quick email and be like, yo, you didn't catch me in the wrap-up. So thank you for the silly word, DJ Baker. I'm going to add your 20 points. 20 more points and silly word in there. We can definitely get to 100 likes. Canadian Spider-Man, I believe in us. Let's see where we're at. Let's see where we're at. We are at 77. Damn, we're not that far away. We have 23 likes to go, so I really think we can do it. And the stream is not even half an hour in. Wow. So we're definitely going to do it tonight. This is going to be an awesome stream. So GQ is going to tell us how common a cannibal fetish actually is. Now, I'm not a stranger to the world of weird fetishes. I have a lot of friends who are... I went to a weird school. A lot of people like to talk about the things they were into, and it was the thing to be accepting. So I heard about things that I didn't necessarily want to hear about all the time. And also, the worst part was that group of friends I had freshman year who did shit like, hey, Jesse, you ever hear of this? Look it up. Yeah, I never forget the one they did to me. Hey, Jesse, you ever hear of vor? No, look it up. Not going to tell you what it is. Just going to do to you what they, like Anna said. She likes to pass on her misery. She's like, I share this horrible stuff with you because I hear about it. So you guys, look it up. You're welcome. Don't look it up. It's less gross than the cannibalism stuff, but weirder. Jeff knows what this is because I've shared pain with him before. So
that's why I don't like to talk about it on it.
No, seriously, this group of friends, the moment where I was like hard out. So they would always want to watch weird. This is how I learned about Smurf porn, because they're like, oh, we're watching Smurf porn. It's just people dressed as Smurfs in full blue body paint fucking.
Oh, that's not as weird as I thought. I thought somebody illustrated or animated the Smurfs. I'm like, that's weird. Like, they're little things. Ew.
I think you have a mustard seed in that.
It's one of my gummies.
I just saw that. Oh.
Wait a minute. I'm going to drink water.
I think it's a mustard seed. It's like the color in that was not red or brown. And we had the mustards from the earth. Oh my god, those amazing hot dogs earlier. So that one, yeah, they're not the 2 girls 1 cup. So that was the one where I was like hard out, because I was like, I never watched this. I never watched it. Like, we're gonna watch it. I got like a couple minutes into where like it started to get really, really gross, and I was like, bye.
The worst was the BME Pain Olympics. Ugh. Have you ever heard of that one?
I did. Yep. I think I watched a little bit of that.
Yeah, I was like, no. That was that era people wanted to show you really fucked up smut on the
I loved Lemon Party. That Lemon Party was hilarious. That wasn't so bad.
Dudes, right?
That was just the old naked dudes.
That
was
gross,
funny.
But it's
and Meat Spin. Meat Spin was my favorite. The best part was if you let it go for more than 50 revolutions, it started to flash on the screen. It just said you're gay.
Kendo used to meat spin people's families. He would go to their ask him to tell the story on air. He would go to people's computers, be like, I'll be right back. And he would go meat spin them, and then he would leave. And so people's families would come home to that fucking image. Kendo, you dick. I'm going to text them about it.
Somebody said they knew what Vor was. And yes, Movie Blocks, essentially. But there's a lot of weird parts to it. Specifically, the part that I discovered on it is that Vor also includes the unbirthing aspect of kink, which is a thing also. And it's exactly what it sounds like. And it's terrible. It also includes things like getting eaten by tits.
We found the information.
Oh, God. Yep. It's
Reza Aslan.
Oh, Reza Aslan. I know that guy.
Oh yeah, he ate a cooked human brain with a group of cannibals in India.
My cousin was the showrunner for that show. Oh. Yeah, it got canceled because he said something stupid.
The showrunner or him?
He did.
Oh.
Yeah, he did. No, my cousin's a chick. So that was weird. No, it's a really cool show. That's actually probably not as outrageous as it sounds like it is, though, because the whole premise of that show, I was really interested in it. I wanted to watch it. The whole premise of the show is Reza Aslan, who is this longtime reporter, wanted to do the show where he went to find extremist religions and study like everything about them, how they came to be like religious cult, like not quite cults, but like that kind of things, like extremist religious like behavior, zealot behavior and stuff like that, with these weird traditions and weird cultures and weird stuff like that. And I think he did that as like something as part of what they did, which is disgusting. But it's also like, to me, that was why that show was so important, because it showed you the lengths this guy was willing to go to try to get someone else's culture. It's not for me. I don't want to do it, but I'm glad there's someone out there that's willing to do it. I don't want to watch it. I don't really want to hear that much about it. But like that kind of shit, that's like, these are the hard conversations that no one wants to have. So he gets his shit shut down by saying, I don't know, writing about saying something stupid, probably about Trump, like a death threat or some dumb shit he shouldn't have said, and loses the show, which was a really solid concept and a really cool thing that was like, wow, you're doing something no one else is doing. But no, we can't have nice things because the social justice mob is going to censor you.
Yeah, the act of eating a human brain is disgusting.
No, thank you.
That's not acting. That's why I should show you the picture, because it showed it. I was like, ah.
No. Oh, what? You showed me where he was doing it?
That little picture was him doing it.
Yeah.
That's why I went, ah. That's so. I just didn't want to see it.
It's fine.
It was fine.
But you know what is fine? Us. And Ted White. He says, San Dimas High School football rules. It does.
Did you know that Ted White was also the stuntman who played Jason Friday the 13th Part 4?
I did not know that. Good for you, dude. What if it was him? That'd be cool.
I met him. He's very nice. He's very old, though. So I don't think he's a fan.
Probably also wouldn't be quoting Bill and Ted.
If this is the same Ted White, I'd be so impressed.
That would be really crazy. But yeah, so if you do want to contribute to Mad Libs, guys, also there are still like verbs, bunch of verbs actually, and a shit ton of adjectives, and like some plural nouns, and a type of liquid.
Gosh, Pancake, you're laying so close to me, buddy. He keeps getting.
Also, one more celebrity and person in the room.
Now,
so great.
One a celebrity in the room, and his name is Shia Pancake.
Yeah, there is one. It's me. I'm a celebrity and me in the room. You can pick either one. Let's go philosophize with that. I know. We know you're not the same Ted White, but we like to have our fun fantasies. Anyone with a shirt yet? Anyone with a shirt yet? I just want to know so I can give you 5,000 points. 5,000 points. John Charles is here. Cottage cheese thighs, ahoy. That might be a shirt at some point, too. So if you ever hear John Charles calling me cottage cheese thighs, he's not being an asshole. He's making reference to an asshole who thought that he was going to make me feel bad about myself by telling me I had cottage cheese thighs. And I'm like, bro, everyone has insecurities. Certainly I have ones about my body. My thick-ass thighs ain't the origin of those. Not by a long shot.
Also,
I love my thick-ass thighs.
Chunky thighs at all.
Don't. It's funny. I'm just like, you're a retard. Anyway, John Charles got as much of a kick out of that as I did, so now he calls me cottage cheese thighs all the time. It's because we're tight. Yeah, this was the guy. Oh my God, this guy was hilarious. So this is the guy that I straight up exploited because he wanted money. She wanted to pay me $50, I think maybe $70, $5 a picture actually, for pictures of me in a bikini that he wanted to wag off to. And I was like, I just don't want to hear about it. He tried to tell me, I'm like, please don't tell me anything about it. Go away now. I have my hundreds of dollars. Peter James Baker gets 5,000 points. Out of curiosity, which one did you pick? 5,000 points. He is definitely winning right now. I think he might have already been winning, so now he's super winning. And thick thighs are great. So yeah, so then he got all shitty about something. I guess I responded to one of his comments on one of my videos. I didn't realize it was to him or any of that. And he says something on Instagram about like, can't handle the truth. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And
this is when I was out here that August.
I hate you, Runs with Phantoms. So what part of speech is this? That's a noun, right? Or like, I guess you could verb it.
Verb it?
To do anal vor, like the act of anally voring someone, I guess.
By the way, look at your pancake.
Oh, I do have a noun. I do have a single thing noun. I think that's actually going to be the perfect place for this. So you don't understand. You have to be sorry to everyone else. I suffered through this. I bear the scars already. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's the rest of you. If you haven't gone down the scary internet rabbit hole of weird kinks that are out there that don't even know. So where were we? Oh, right. We're finding out how common cannibalism is. The veracity of messages has still not been confirmed. But two of Hammer's exes have since come out with more allegations about how Hammer's troubling behavior with romantic partners, and some of which seem to corroborate the DMs, and both women said they believe the DMs were real. That sounds terrible, you might be thinking. Or perhaps the reaction, like many people on Twitter, was to think that people are allowed to have fantasies and shouldn't be shamed for them, no matter how weird they sound. No, they did the thing. This is funny. And in fact, cannibalism, or vorophilia, vor for short, not the same thing. Once again, I only know this because of my terrible internet friends who forced me down scary rabbit holes because I was like, wait, isn't this just cannibalism? And they were like, no, it's not the same thing. So this, on behalf of the kink community, is why I'm standing up for Armie Hammer right now, because because the freaks and the weirdos and the people who dream about cannibalism or shoving people up their vaginas or into their stomachs deserve something. I'm not sure what. Respect isn't the right word. To be left the fuck alone, or like, I mean, here's the thing, right? Furries want to wear tails and wave them in your faces. That's creepy. Some people want to do that. Armie Hammer, for all intents and purposes, wanted to send creepy messages about eating flesh to women he clearly met through, like, kink-based sites. That's scary for me, but if you're having chats with this guy about this shit and then want to turn around and be like, look at this weird fucked up shit he's into, lady, you're on a fucking fetish site. You're into weird fucked up shit too. Why are you judging someone else? That just seems weird. Or stuff like that, where like literally one of the first things I ever learned about this thing is that vor is not cannibalism, and people in the vor community, I guess, really don't like to be associated with that. For what this whole thing, my first reaction is, ew, why? I don't care. This stuff's gross. But then you learn that and you're like, oh, well, somebody who has this weird fantasy about doing this thing that to them is romantic and doesn't involve murder or death or destruction is not the same thing as biting into and tearing off someone's flesh. And while both things are strange and alien to me, it's also the kind of thing, it's like, if you're it's the same thing. It's like if you compliment a guy's appearance, you know, you may want to make sure people know that you're not romantically interested in him. You're not because, oh, you're homophobic or weird or whatever, just because you complimented somebody, you might want to follow up with further explanation. People don't necessarily like to be misunderstood or miscategorized about things like that. So that's the kind of thing where, like, I can totally, like, I'm on the side of people in that situation. Like, I don't want to know about, don't tell me any more about what you're into or why, but I'm on your side with, like, if you're going to fucking start, if people are going to start poking around in these places where people purposefully, because the reason I feel for these people, it's like, I've never heard of some of these things because I never sought it out. And if you don't hear about it. We all hear about, like I say, furries because they fucking wave their scary tails everywhere. But these weirder things you don't hear about unless you have asshole friends in college who send you down these retarded rabbit holes. So that's like that live and let live shit where I'm like, I don't really need I don't need to shame somebody for being into weird shit because they didn't bring it to my table and put it on it, you know? I had to go find it. And so that's why I'm like really not into this Armie Hammer situation and everyone dumping on him for being, oh, thank you, Duxie Mama. You guys are fine.
Comma.
And not really, you know, dumping on him for, you know, for whatever he might be into until I see some real evidence that he's actually hurt somebody. Because this whole stuff about, I had to go to counseling and trauma and this and that. Bitch, if you got into like fetish life and started hanging out with doms and found out you bit off more than you can chew and had to go to counseling for it.
Nice choice of words.
And had to go to counseling for it. Well, that sucks to be you, but it's also not the other person's fault necessarily. I'm not absolving him purely because a lot of doms don't understand their role in caretaking in the relationship and overstep their boundaries and are responsible. And if he's responsible for that, that's fine. But the thing is, he's not responsible for any more than like any shitty boyfriend is when they make you feel weird or uncomfortable, this or that. Is it right? No. Is it good? No. Is it illegal? Not yet. It is not yet illegal to make someone feel uncomfortable. And all of these women are engaged in conversations. Many of whom, so this is what I think is really interesting because some of the ones where you see the back and forth are the ones that I think are the most exploitative because they're the ones where like he's saying things like, I'm so sorry I hurt you, or bearing his soul and like showing a really sensitive side of himself that, you know, and these women are like, well, whatever. And they're like not even mad at him in these texts. They're like, oh, it's okay. I understand. I just thought it was more special to you or this or that or whatever. And then wanting to bitch about it later, you know, oh, he ghosted. Literally one was like, I didn't realize the kitten he wanted to see was another kitten. He ghosted me on that trip. It's like, so you're literally admitting that you're just a vengeful ex right now. Like, what the fuck? See, Greg Kirby says my ex and I did Wookiee porn. That's awesome. I don't want to see the pictures, but I'm happy for you guys. So anyway, so here's the thing is, yeah, and then some of all the more fucked up ones, like the real rape fantasy ones, and oh my god, I've never admitted this stuff about the cannibalism stuff before. None of their responses are in there. Because I guarantee you all of their responses are shit like, oh my god, I'm so flattered you feel so close to me that you can tell me this. Oh my god, I'm so honored that you chose me to open up to for the first time. Oh my god, I feel so special. You know that's what these fucking responses all are. And these attention whore bitches don't want to admit that and put themselves out there and have everyone find out that they're into just as weird and just as fucked up shit. And that weird, creepy rape fantasy where she's screaming and crying on the floor was probably her fucking idea in the first place. And no, I'm not sitting here trying to say that women want to be raped and all this shit, but yeah, women do have rape fantasies. And by the tone of those texts, specifically about that one and a couple of the other ones, they sounded like some really consensual conversations. In fact, one of the ones about eating brains even sounded like she was the one who brought up the image in the first place, because his response was like, oh my god, thank you for that image, it was the hottest thing, whatever. So I'm like, clearly these women were complicit to an extent. And I'm not saying that justifies anything he did or said to them. If he was emotionally abusive or manipulative or controlling, that's shitty and that's terrible. And if they want to go ahead and sue him for emotional damages, that's certainly within their right. But it shouldn't be within their, I mean, it's within their right, but it's a really fucking shitty thing to do to then go want to, you know, get your 15 minutes of fame, or because you're pissed off because he spurned you and didn't choose you after all, to go and then literally ruin this man's life over shit that, you know, because you're uncomfortable with some of the things he said, or you're mad that you weren't the kitten he chose in the end. So get the fuck over yourselves. That's why this shit pisses me off. It's like, I don't want to know about Armie Hammer's weird cannibalistic exploits. I don't want to hear about them. I don't want to see, outside of tearing them apart on the matriarchy because it's hilarious. I don't want to, know about the shit he does behind closed doors or says to people behind closed doors. But outside of tearing them apart in the matriarchy because they're hilarious, I also don't feel the need to shit on the dude for the stuff that he's into. As far as tearing apart the text go, to me, it's like the fair game celebrity shit, stuff gets put out there, people look at it or don't or whatnot. This is the kind of thing I'm like, read it, make fun of it, whatever. It went out there. Yeah, am I doing the wrong thing? I'll ruminate on it later, decide if it's hypocritical to read them. And if I decide it is, I won't. If I decide it's not, I will. But anyway, I'm certainly not going to cancel Armie Hammer over this or shame him myself if he's into weird shit that he never intended for anyone else to find out about. Now, if he wants to 180 this and try to own it and start talking about his cannibalism freely and try to make everyone accept it, well, then he can suck a dick because that's not how I roll.
No, he'll just eat it.
He can eat a bag of dicks. He can eat a bag of dicks. But yeah, I mean, aside from that, I'm like, I just feel bad for the guy, It's because also maybe he wants to go back to the BDSM life and be like, I'm gonna put that cannibal shit on, keep it under lock and key from now on because I got burned before. Well, you can literally never do that. You need to stop saying literally. You can never do that again because the entire world knows what you're into. So every time you get into the BDSM world, you're gonna get people bringing it up, and I just feel bad for him. I'm like, he never wanted people to know that about himself. That's really personal shit. It always makes things like that when I hear that happen to celebrities. Everyone's like, oh, who cares? They're coming or you or whatever. I'm like, we all have skeletons. We all have secrets. There's shit about me I wouldn't want anyone to know. I wouldn't want put out there. And if someone did that to me as a revenge move, I'd be crushed. I'd be devastated. And I don't care how weird or kinky or messed up your life is. If you're not committing crimes, then that's for you to deal with in your own way and pay for in whatever way you need to, but it's not for the public. It's not for the court of public opinion to judge you. That's my 2 cents on all of it. So, Greg, he's an actor of the Armie Hammer fortune, hence his retarded name. So, let's see if I just want to make sure I don't miss any other shirts. If anyone else got a shirt. Bad Mardigan, if you just jumped into the middle of the Armie Hammer cannibal story, then you did miss a whole hell of a lot. If I did miss anybody getting a shirt, it is worth 5,000 points right now. So let me know if you got a shirt during this time. Yeah. Did you have anything to add on the Armie Hammer subject?
No, I told you how the media caught him manipulating the one thing in the article, and I was just like, they're just putting shit out there because it's kind of it's weird and gross, and if he's into really wanting to eat people, but that's it. There's nothing else for me to add. I just don't. I care, but until more information comes out, I said my piece.
Yep. Oh, we crossed 100 likes.
All right.
Thank you guys. That did not take us long at all. Still in the first hour.
Pancakes with my head as a pillow. You missed it. He was holding it just a second ago.
Oh, Jane does that to my foot all the time. Yes. Yeah, don't forget with a $5 appearance fee, I will make an appearance. So if you really want me to do that, I guess I can. But only for $5 or more. Okay. So we still have Mad Libs to come. We still have many more fun. Oh, I haven't told you more about our Richard Chew stuff. Our Richard Chew news. So
Chew news?
Chew news. I gotta remember. Oh, we haven't even done Rage Mode yet. God, there's so much to do. Richard Chew. Oh God, we haven't done there's so much left.
Is it time for Rage Mode yet?
So much left. Let's talk Richard Chew first because this is cool. So Richard Chew, the editor, one of 3 editors of Star Wars. He is in the original movie. Is someone whose phone number I just happen to have, and I have been talking to him for the past couple weeks about doing some interviews for the channel, and he has said yes. And so we're talking tonight about it, and he was. Originally, I'd asked if he would commit to doing an hour, and he said sure. And then he's like, "Well, I don't know, He was thinking, "Oh, I think we have more than an hour here. We might need to break this up, and it might be easier to do this in smaller chunks." And I'm like, "Wait, you would like to do a video series covering all of these different topics in small, digestible chunks that I don't even have to worry about cutting up to then put out on the 2 reviews?" And so yeah, so he just wants to do more things. So our current plan right now is minimum 4 installments of or I think are we up to 5 now?
Mhm.
1, 2, 3, 4. We're minimum 4 right now. Starting with so Richard Chew started out as a lawyer and then was one of the most in-demand editors in Hollywood through the 80s. After winning an Academy Award for Star Wars and then working on notable pieces like The Conversation and One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So the way we want to break it up is the first segment will be him discussing how he made that 180 switch from law school to I don't want to do this and jumping into movies, and started out as a documentarian. And actually, one of his early documentary shorts won an Academy Award as well. One of the early ones he worked on, I think he was an editor on that one as well. And so in that, figured out the editing game, and so the first one will be about that and editing, what got him into editing, in documentary, then pivoting into film, and how he ended up on The Conversation, his first feature film, incredible first feature film to start with, directed by Francis Ford Coppola, and how that then from there it was Cuckoo's Nest and Star Wars, and the Academy Award, and then he could do anything. So the next piece is going to be this working with these teams of other editors and getting, rising to these heights in the 80s where he really called his own shots and turned down a lot of people and said he probably pissed a lot of people off doing that, and how different it was to now be the master of his own career throughout those years and being able to do things like Risky Business, which was, this, edgy film for the time and stuff like that. And also, when he came down from doing movies up in San Francisco in the Bay Area, coming down to Hollywood, the differences in the climate back in the 60s of shooting up in San Francisco versus Hollywood, like the difference in, how those different worlds, they're apparently completely different worlds, stuff I didn't really know about. So he's gonna take it all through that, and then our fourth one will be a wrap up, because he's still actively working right now. He's currently putting together a documentary about his father, and so how cinema's changed since he's been a part of it, where he sees it going, and stuff like that, and sort of a more reflective segment. So that's what we have lined up. We've also talked about doing, more in-depth things about editing and stuff like that, if people like this, if it works out. I mean, I'm really, really very lucky right now that an actual Academy Award-winning editor is enjoying talking to me and wants to hang out on my channel and make videos with me. So that's incredible. Mind-blowing. He was telling me on the phone too, he's just casually throws in an anecdote about like, oh yeah, I don't know if your fans would like all this really technical stuff, I can talk about his memories sitting down with George Lucas with a grease pencil marking out on the celluloid where we're going to put the laser blasts and what directions they're coming into, and everything getting smudged and having to deal with trying to figure out where all the lines were, all this stuff of like, oh my god, just this mind-blowing things. Lindsay, did you get a t-shirt? Or I'm getting text from my friend Lindsay, so you'll have to let me know if you... Oh, I think she did. Yeah, buddy! Yep. All right.
She's got 5,000 points now.
Lindsay's on the board with 5,000 points, and she's not even contributing in the chat, so...
I think she should get a couple bonus points.
I think she should, too.
Like a 10% bonus.
So, well, I mean, she's still listening in the chat. She can also, Lindsay, if you want to submit any Mad Libs words, we have... plural nouns left, verbs left, a celebrity, and a person in the room. Lindsay counts as both a person in the room since she's listening and a celebrity since she's blue check marked across the board. So, Lindsay Scott, she was trending on Reddit, she was first page on Reddit not that long ago for putting some assholes in her place. Because the thing is, Lindsay is an incredible coder. She's an incredibly talented computer person. She makes apps. Like, she can build apps and do all that stuff, and she's really effing good at it. And she built her reputation from zero doing this purely freelance by just building credibility in the community and stuff like that, and it's awesome. But most people still know her as the chick who walked down the Victoria's Secret runway in the big balloon dress, which is also badass and awesome. But so when someone, wants to post some like little cool thing about this Victoria's Secret model can code in these languages and blah, 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 everyone wants to go, oh yeah, I bet she can say, she can, blah, 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 listen to do this terrible stuff and blah. And so she had just a great just Lindsay being like, well, this is why you're wrong and terrible. And the internet was like, oh my God, Yas Queen, which like they should be doing to Lindsay all the time forever, not just when it's convenient for their plot line. But yeah. Oh no, she's not listening. She's embarrassed now. I'll stop talking about Lindsay. But she's been, the best thing about Lindsay is she didn't tell me any of this stuff. I had to read this about her on my own because she was like, yeah, I was a model. Well, you know, like she just does her stuff. She's an actor now too, writing an amazing screenplay.
We spent Thanksgiving with her.
We did. I'm just a phenomenal human being. So
she was one of the last people to leave too, right?
Yeah. She was here until the bitter end.
The four of us got into that long discussion about society.
That was so fun. We had a really great time.
The thing is, I bet the audience would have loved that discussion.
They would. Oh my God. I was like, I wish we were trading. It was really good. It was really, really good. But yeah, above all, the most important thing that I can say about Lindsay is she is a really, really incredible friend. So all the other resume things ain't shit if you're not a good person. And Lindsay checks all the boxes. So, we got to just super chats and make sure I didn't mix it. Wookiee climax noises. Oh dear God, that's for Greg. That was for Greg Kirby, clearly. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything before the runs with Phantoms 1. I don't want anyone to feel neglected. Got a black cat. Nope. The last thing was anal vor. So, I'm taking advantage of this. Literally, okay, I'm about to say this out loud because it sounds hilariously terrible. I'm taking advantage of Lindsay because she's drunk. So she just told me that. So I was like, ha, I'll embarrass you more because you can't stop me. Not that she could if she was sober because she's not here.
She's not?
But she did give us a word for tonight, and it's poop. So I feel like that's a verb.
It's also a noun.
I feel like for the purpose of it, because I think we're down to plural nouns, so it'd have to be poops. I guess poop is a word.
I like the way you already have it, though.
I kind of want to use it twice now.
Poops?
I actually kind of, nope, I'm changing it to the plural noun. It's just way better there.
Wait till you watch the episode of It's Always Sunny, Who Pooped the Bed.
It's so good. It's so good. Runs with Fandom says, it killed me a little inside when you said, I hate you, Runs with Phantoms. Lol, how can I make it up to you? I committed a lewdness for humor's sake. You have nothing to apologize for. As I've told Jeff many a time, one of the best and worst traits that a comedian has is you'll do anything for the joke. You'll do anything for the punchline, which means it creates some of the most epic punchlines. But comedians have ruined friendships and relationships over, the joke. It's just in our blood. We can't not. It's like you just get that feeling and you have to do it. So I understand and I can't hold it against you, Runs with Phantoms. K. Stodham, 42. Thank you for the black cat. Super sticker. And what is your, oh my God, you changed your logo and it's even cooler than your last one.
It's like a warrior, right?
Yeah, it's like a face on it. It's like a tribal face dude guy. A very angry looking face dude guy. Runs with Phantoms. Thank you for the follow-up super chat. When I was in high school, my dad made me watch Risky Business and Ichimama Tambien. The fuck was he trying to teach me? Whoa.
Have you seen that?
I have not seen Ichimama Tambien, but Risky Business is one of my favorites.
Do you know what Ichimama Tambien's about?
Remind me.
It's about two dudes in Mexico whose girlfriends go off to Spain. So they pick up this 30-something-year-old lady and they just kind of drive around Mexico and they both take turns fucking each other. Fucking her. And then they end up, the one guy blows his friend and it ruins their friendship. That's what the fucking movie's about.
What a terrible movie.
And it's Cassian Andor who sucks his friend's dick. It's that guy, yeah.
Oh, Diego Luna, no.
For a minute, I was like, is it Diego Luna and what's his face? Pedro Pascal? Like, no, it's just Diego Luna.
Oh my God. If it was Diego Luna sucking Pedro Pascal's dick, I would watch that. Which brings me to Man Candy. Which actually brings me to Pedro Pascal and the next point. You guys, this is flow of the show.
That's the guy. Gael Garcia Bernal.
Not worth dick sucking. Clearly your dad was trying to teach you that prostitution is fine, but don't blow your friends. That's clearly the lesson here. That would be my takeaway. Time of your life, huh, kid?
Also, it's a narrated film.
Can we also talk about, by the way, that his best friend in that movie is the biggest shithead and the worst character?
I'm sorry, what movie?
Risky Business.
Oh,
his curly-haired, weird-looking best friend.
Rocky Bartagamas?
That is.
No, hold on. Risky Business. Let me look up. I saw this movie once a long time ago.
Only once?
Yeah.
Oh, we gotta watch it again. Oh, I love this movie. Oh.
You mean Curtis Armstrong?
Yeah, fucking Curtis Armstrong.
From Revenge of the Nerds?
Fucking Curtis
That's
Armstrong.
Sarah from Beverly Hills Cop.
Hey, no way.
Yeah, Bronx and Pinchot.
Good shit.
His most famous thing was fucking.
He looks like a little baby nerd
Strangers.
in this movie.
Which is weird because
it's not that long. It's not that far. It's years.
Next year's Beverly Hills Cop.
Yeah,
next movie.
But he looks way younger in Risky Business because he's playing high school still.
You know, his brother's an actor and he looks just like him, like enough to where they could replace each other in scenes.
Wonder if they have. Emily says, just a reminder for the chat, political talk is not prohibited, but discussions must remain respectful. No insulting others over their opinions via name calling, etc. Bullying will not be tolerated. Thank you, Emily, for that wonderful reminder that we always do need. We do allow whatever kind of discourse you want in the chat, but you got to be nice. If you're not nice, fuck off. What? D-Day Jedi says, it's McFrozen Nuggets. My channel got deleted without any warning. I tagged you on Facebook. Please spread the word. Well, that's jacked up. Support for McFrozen Nuggets out there. I will look into that more because that's effing messed up.
Right
but Emily is 100% right, and she is a mod, or should be a mod. Let me just double check that she's still modding because I know we've had some thungs with that. Yes, she's still a mod. So she does have the authority to block your ass or to put you in timeout. My policy is if you are getting a little too heated in there, you get off of the warning, which is a couple minutes in timeout. But repeat violators will eventually be booted because you just got to be cool and be in the Miles mob. That's it. Just don't be a shithead. That's all. It's really not that hard. But thank you for the super chat, Emily. Thank you for stopping in. And for that, are you on our? You're not. How are you not on the points list yet? My love. Okay, Emily, we're going to make you Emily Beth debut. Emily Beth, so there's no confusion. And you're getting 50 points for that public service announcement. Thank you for being an awesome moderator. Whee!
I was looking more into the frozen McNuggets stuff.
Oh, Jessica Butler's here. Awesome. Good. I needed to tell you that I'm sorry we didn't get to the answer to your question because Hannah fell asleep, so we cut the stream short. But I did want to answer it. And Jessica Butler wanted to know our feelings on Luke Skywalker in The Mandalorian, which was, if I took it in a vacuum, I'm fine with everything except for the shitty CGI. But it's not a vacuum, and I have a problem. I have a big fucking problem with him showing up in this show. Actually, that's not true. Even in a vacuum, I do kind of have a problem for Luke Skywalker. In a perfect vacuum, as in like just the scene itself, just watching it from start to finish, Luke showing up, having a badass moment, ripping these guys apart, an actually earned Deus Ex Machina moment for once instead of one of these bullshit ones, was so gratifying to see them do the storytelling right. This is kind of the reason why I like Rogue One as much as I do, right? Because I had a lot of issues with Force Awakens, and Rogue One felt like it addressed all of those issues in the first few minutes. Things like a female character who's has no agency. We watch and nothing bad ever happens to her. We watch our main character get her shit pushed in and kick the shit out of other people in the first, in the early scenes of this movie. One of my issues, we don't really see anything new, any other new planets, new ideas. We see a ton of that. We don't see the Force explored in other ways other than just rehashing the Jedi bullshit. We have our Force-sensitive characters in this one. So really it felt like, we didn't do anything with the droid. We just made a new R2-D2. Okay, K2SO, probably the best character from the Disney sequel era.
Yep.
And
probably, yes.
Hands down. So you have all this stuff, which is, by the way, why I'm 100% on board for the Cassian Andor series, because from the second they announced it, I was like, I don't want this shit. And then I remembered, no, that means more Alan Tudyk as K2SO, and I do want that. So that's kind of, going back to The Mandalorian, how I felt about that Luke moment, compared to how they handled him in the sequel trilogy. I felt grateful because it felt like someone wrote a scene going, here's how you do Luke right. You acknowledge that he's the most powerful fucking person in the galaxy. You have him save the day. You have him be the good guy. You have him train the Jedi. You have him be that guy. Yes. Amen. A+. Hooray for that moment. But it does not fix what came before. It does not excuse what's come after, because almost immediately after, we had the High Republic shoved in our faces and that wonderful round table where all the white men got to hear how this isn't for them and they don't deserve Star Wars. So, I am not in the camp of people who think that somehow Kathleen Kennedy is in any way separate from The Mandalorian. That I think her fingerprints are all over it, and she's very much involved, and is deservingly getting the accolades because she does have a handle on that ship, and that's great for her, and great for her finally getting things right here. But it does not absolve you of past sins. Sometimes making amends is more than just doing the thing right when you've done it wrong for so long. Fixing something is not as simple as just starting fresh and moving on the right way without ever acknowledging the past, especially when you only did one thing right and then immediately did a bunch of things wrong. As long as Kathleen Kennedy is the president of Lucasfilms, we cannot and should not separate any Lucasfilm project from that umbrella. It just isn't logical. And as long as that's the case, then I have a lot of ground that needs to be made up for me before I'm just going to go, yeah, everything's fixed and great because I won great Luke Skywalker moment. Also, that CGI needs to be addressed. I didn't do it! I swear, it's not me! Someone did it.
It's serious.
Wasn't me. The thing is, Matt Deckard, I don't think Kathleen Kennedy was ever anti-Luke. I think Kathleen Kennedy has only ever been pro what she thinks the people want. I don't even think she's this big fat feminist the way a lot of people think she is. Right? I think it's just all this is just agenda pushing and what she thinks is going to make money. Or honestly, you know, just this sense of comeuppance. This I spent years and years bringing you your coffee and this, that, and the other, and now I want it. It's a very typical thing you see of older women who have forced their way up into powerful positions where they get very resentful of other women, powerful women, which is why you don't see a lot of other women in Lucasfilm on the writing teams, in spite of what she constantly tries to tell you. And you see them now in the High Republic, where it's going to have the least, one-to-one interaction with them. She does not want anyone threatening her post or her stature, her position. She's very covetous of that. So again, also, let me keep the men down. Gets that classic. To me, you see Kathleen Kennedy reflected in Holdo. I have to kick all the men down to keep my stature. That's who she is. That's her self-insert character right there. And that's delightful for her, but it doesn't bode well for us. So that's the whole thing. It's not about, whether she believes in feminism or is pro Luke or Anna. I think she's probably always had a pretty good relationship with Mark Hamill. I don't see why she ever wouldn't have, because the whole thing is, if he gets all pissed off, wants to get all pissed off about the way he was handled in the movies, she easily has the out of saying, well, I just hired the writers. I didn't have no control of the story. She technically doesn't. She technically shouldn't. But we all know, that her fingerprints are all over this stuff. But the whole thing is, like, there's no reason why her relationship with Mark Hamill has been anything but good. Or that he has any reason not to, turn around. Okay, Kathleen, let me come on. The thing you're forgetting is these people have relationships with her that stem back decades. This isn't Mark Hamill's first time meeting Kathleen Kennedy. It's not his first rodeo with her. He has a relationship and a rapport with her that is not necessarily going to be tanked over, oh, you wrote my character out of a movie in a way I didn't like. We think of this as big deal because it means one thing to us. We don't consider all the facets of that, how these relationships actually work. By everything I saw at Star Wars Celebration, John Favreau and Dave Filoni have a great rapport and a great relationship together, and there's a lot of mutual respect in that atmosphere. Could it have soured that quickly after, she's all gung-ho for The Mandalorian? I suppose it's possible, but I really don't see that being the case when she used their show as a backdoor pilot for all of her new shows and then rewarded them with their own little, sandbox to play in the Star Wars universe. That seems like that doesn't sound like opposition and horrible things happening. That sounds like a very peaceable negotiations process to me. But what do I know? I just talked to Academy Award-winning directors who have also actually have relationships with Kathleen Kennedy. Don't worry about me. Definitely listen to everyone with their source. Definitely listen to people who can't tell you what their sources are. 100% go listen to everybody who tells you what their sources, that they have sources and won't tell you what their sources are. I don't have sources. I just am more tapped into Hollywood than most of the people who are telling you they have sources. This is just the stuff conclusions I come to, not from getting tidbits and knowledge from somebody's uncle's cousin's roommate. I get this stuff from, these are thoughts I am putting together based on the picture of the industry that I get from people who work in the industry. That's all. Anyway, but where were we? Where were we? We are at a couple super chats here. We had the one from Emily and Yakose, who says, just popping into show some love.
Hello, Yakuse.
Well, love back to you, Yakuse. Always good to see you. And Matt Deckard says, needs to stop announcing projects with unproven directors. Ryan and Patty. Hashtag I miss karaoke. I do too, Matt. One of these days, it will be safe to spread our viral particles into the air with each other once again. But until that day, I'll just have to keep missing it too. No, but to me, that's exactly, though, that's another part of it, you know? It's the unproven directors. It's all part of the bigger thing. If she makes these people, if she's the one who's given them their biggest break, they will always be beholden to her, and therefore they will never threaten her stature. She will always be able to play that card over them. They will never threaten her stature. That's all it is. It's just, it's nothing. It's nothing to do with, you know, again, gender and feminism and whatnot. Does her gender affect the way her attitudes? Yeah, because quite honestly, her gender did affect the way she was treated when she worked in Hollywood before. Those are realities. Those are facts. Take them or leave them. Do with them what you want. Not making a judgment on it right or wrong. It's just a statement of fact. But her actions are the actions of powerful people who want to protect their power and are afraid of it being taken away, which is to say most powerful people. So what she's doing is nothing shady or scary, or I mean, shady maybe, but like it's nothing crazy or underhanded or majestic or weird or, you know, outlandish. It's just people. You know? Anyway, but yes, so got off topic there a little bit. Don't worry about it, Jessica Butler. I know you've been having some issues on your end with the browser accepting them or not. So if they come through, they do. If they don't, they don't. But I wanted to make sure I get that answer to you. So I'm glad that I did, and just to your satisfaction. Any further thoughts you wanted to share on Luke or Lucasfilm?
No, but I do have a video talking about more Luke stuff on Thursday.
Yeehaw. So make sure to subscribe to World Class Bullshitters so you don't miss that video. Printer, I don't know why you were, but if one of my mods did, I am sure it was for a good reason, and I trust their judgment. So, best course of action, if you're not sure why, if you're confused as to why that's the case, probably just change the topic just in case. Anyway, A. Glean says, love the content, love the discussion, keep it up. We're going to pivot a little, but we're sticking to a Star Wars actor for now, because we did promise a bunch of fun celebrity stories. And the one of the day is that, so Pedro Pascal is disappointing me more and more. He's been very outspokenly political all year, and I don't like when my celebrities become very politically outspoken. Lately, he was tweeting Ted Cruz's number to often. He's not doxing. He just tweeted out their office number. He's like, and I guess Ted Cruz was one of the people who, he's one of the couple of senators that still objected to the election stuff after this. By the way, we're not getting into this discussion or commenting on it. It's literally just the things that happened. Ted Cruz was one of the senators who objected to the Electoral College proceedings even after the events of the Capitol. And so people are mad about that and want him to resign or something. And so Pedro Pascal is jumping on that party and saying, here's his number, call him. That's wonderful for Pedro Pascal, but I really don't like, here's the thing. I don't care about those politics, whatever. My opinions on that, if you want to know them, I will tell you, but they're not really relevant. It's not what this is about. I'm not interested in getting into this conversation about who the what's and who's right or wrong. And really, honestly, if this chat gets into this conversation about who's right or wrong here or what happened or this or that, I will just shut the stream down. If you guys want to get into that topic, this is what I'm talking about this because, you know, it's the topic, it's coming up. I'm trusting you guys to handle this like adults in the chat. And if you can't do this, I will just shut the rest of the stream down and we won't have any more fun. Okay? I know, Printer. I said it was his public office number. Okay? I don't know if anyone's saying this in the... Oh, no, I just seen. It's not his person. He just gave out his office number. No one got doxxed. It was just his office number, okay? So that's the whole thing. Like, he didn't do anything wrong or bad. Graham Muffin Wizard says, tell Jeff to stop talking. Yeah, why are you so chatty? He just got political. I mean, literally, that's what everyone does when they want to politically, mobilize. Is they give out, here's the office of this candidate, write him a letter. Here's the number for their office. Call him and leave him a message. That's what you do. It's not weird or outlandish or doxing or terrible or bad. He doesn't need to be canceled. He's not whatever. But it's okay to steam. It's an easy mistake to make. You're not the first one to do it. And a really understandable mistake to make given the climate, but I just want to shut that down before it gets any further because it's, we don't want to be responsible for rumors or spreading misinformation or things like that. So if I'm shutting it down harshly, it's just because I don't want it to go any further. But like I said, easy mistake to make in the climate we live in. No harm, no foul on that one. The whole thing is, right, this is exactly the problem, though, right? The fact that we just I had to have this little, here's how we're going to do this, is the problem. I shouldn't have to have these moments of I got to lay down the iron curtain on the politics, in order to have a simple discussion about what Pedro Pascal tweeted a couple days ago. That should not be the conversations that I have to have about celebrities. Right? And I'm of the mind, too, celebrities are fully entitled to their points of view. They're fully entitled to their opinions. But like everyone else in the world, they are also beholden to the consequences of sharing those opinions all the time, vocally and publicly. If you want to be a political activist, you are going to be seen as a political activist, and your life and work and how you were treated will forever and justly so be tied to the opinions that you put out there all of the time. So if that's who you want to be, then great. But don't bitch and moan and whine because you can't get work because you're this and that and that. Especially, this is why it's so unfair too, right? Because you have people like Pedro Pascal, and we'll get to our next guy, who want to get all political and run their mouths about what they think you should be doing, who you think they should be voting for, et cetera, et cetera. Meanwhile, you have people like Tim Allen, who really doesn't. He was not a very vocal guy. He wasn't running around spewing his politics over, to my knowledge. Am I wrong about that?
I don't follow him, so no.
I never heard about it back in the day. I was surprised to learn that he was a conservative. And then even people like Adam Baldwin, who I didn't know was a conservative, and they actually make a joke about it in the Con Man series and stuff like that. Because the whole thing is, some of these people who are not outspoken about their politics get blacklisted in Hollywood for being on the wrong side. Meanwhile, these other hay-holes are running around shoving their politics in your face, left and right, and feeling entitled to have no ramifications for it. Outside of Galaxy Quest, I really don't even like Tim Allen, but I 100% support his right to believe whatever he believes.
He's Buzz Lightyear, though.
The voice for Buzz Lightyear is fine, and I like Galaxy Quest. I just don't really care for his other movies and stuff. I don't think it's him that I have a problem with. I just don't like a lot of the stuff he's been in.
I did, even though I don't like the Santa Claus movies. Those are fine.
I didn't like those. I hated that Jungle to Jungle movie. I never saw Christmas the Granks, so I will give that a shot.
A lot. So
I wasn't
I went back and redid it all in 2018.
See, that was actually one of the few sitcoms I think we had on in my house sometimes. It was like Home Improvement and Family Matters.
Those are great shows.
They are.
You know what's cool though? Those are two shows where both parents are not retarded. Because all these other shows, it's they're animated ones, but the dads are always stupid or whatever. It's even though Tim Allen was always hurting himself, he was taking care of the family and getting shit done too. Yeah. And then the mom was going back to school. They're presented in a good way. Yeah. A lot of shows don't do that today. They're worried about having everyone of a different skin color, but they don't really present good people.
They don't actually give you good role models, which can be really important. But I think doing those kinds of sitcoms were not my biggest thing. I really liked Family Matters, but Home Improvement was just meh for me. I see the mess the cats have made.
Fucking Urkel. I loved that show so much.
I love Steve.
Did you ever see the Urkel doll growing up?
No.
There's a fucking pull string doll.
Wait! Urkel. Yes, I did!
Yeah.
Yes, I did. I want one.
I might have had one. I have a Pee Wee Herman one.
I want a Steve Urkel one.
I'm going to buy Kendo a Jim Varney one as a gift one day.
If anyone wants to buy me the pull string Steve Urkel,
don't send it here.
Please send it here.
It has no home.
I will be forever grateful. The cats will love the shit out of it.
Actually, the only reason I wouldn't want you to get it is because the cats would destroy it. Because I like Steve Urkel. I'd be really happy if you got one.
Send us two, so we can keep one. And cats.
Yeah, send a boxed one and then a loose one.
Exactly.
And some Family Matters coloring books. I had those as a kid. I would like new ones, please.
So where were we? Anyway, so the whole thing with parents, we shouldn't be having these conversations because that's not your job. If it's your job, do that. It's not your job. And it's just as obnoxious when you want to run your mouth about politics all day long as it is when anyone else does it outside of politicians because it's their job. So don't. But at least for Pedro Pascal, I can say that he's consistent. He's been pretty consistent in the views he's expressed and the way he's done it and the way he's gone about it, and has been respectful. He hasn't shat on people. He hasn't been dismissive of other people's beliefs. That I've seen mostly. So maybe I'm wrong. You can tell me if I'm wrong. That's fine. He's allowed to believe whatever kind of bullshit he wants to or not. Maybe I agree with some of it. Maybe I don't. But he can believe it as much as he wants. As long as he doesn't want to push it on me. When you start putting it everywhere, it starts to feel like you're pushing it on me. And then I'm going to start pushing back. But like I said, at least you're consistent. Not our next man. But before we do this, we gotta get prepared. Emily says, my issue is that most celebrities live in a different world. Hollywood is close to being another planet as you can get while remaining on Earth. You are not wrong about that at all. I mean, literally, celebrities have different resorts like they get to go to. There's a dating app for celebrities. It's called Gaia, by the way, and Gaia or Raya? Is it Raya? I think it's called Raya.
Yeah, because Gaia is another app. There's an app called Gaia, but it's about like how to watch weird alternative entertainment.
Raya, because I know it's one of those Earth Mother goddess names. It's Raya, whatever it is. I know somebody who is on it, and they tried to match with Nathan Fillion on it, and they didn't. And I was really sad because I really wanted them to.
Yeah, but well, never mind.
Huh?
It meant you had a better chance, but not being so. Sorry.
It's true. It's true. So there's still a chance for her as long as he's still single. There's still a chance. I believe. Actually, I mean, since this person's an actor too, I think that they should just try to get on the rookie, and then they'll meet him in person, and then they'll just hit it off with chemistry, and then they'll get married.
That's like Kendo marrying Brie Larson. It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'm in. Oh wait, did Nick get divorced?
Oh, sorry, Nick.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought Nick's thing. I didn't realize there was a divorce though.
I mean, now did you hear what they're trying to whore me off to? Kim Kardashian, she's getting a divorce.
So sorry. Oh, wait, they're getting a divorce?
Yeah.
Yes!
They're like, dude, you like her enough. I'm like, Kim Kardashian 2009, maybe?
Yo, where's that bag that has my Vaseline in it?
What bag?
What? Yeah, the baggie that has, remember that one from yesterday? Her little black bag.
I don't.
With her stuff in it.
Oh, I handed it to you yesterday, but is it over here?
I think it's over somewhere.
I think the Vaseline should just get rescued.
No, because I'm going to lose it if it goes somewhere else.
Put your mom
I don't like your ideas. Actually, I can just put it in her little caddy. There's her right now.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm actually not just doing this because my lips are chapped. I'm getting prepared for our next segment because we're getting ready for a new part of the show. That my downstairs neighbor's going to love. Jessica Butler says, you are brilliant and a great speaker. Oh, thank you for the super chat, and thank you for the lovely compliments. You are wonderful, and I love having you on the channel.
And you are fine,
So, comma. Highest praise that can be issued on this channel. You are fine, comma. So, we're getting ready for rage mode. And as a courtesy to Jeff, I'm letting him step away so that I don't damage his eardrums. Yeah. He's going to have some hot dogs, buns, buddy.
No, make toast. Because it's Hawaiian rolls.
Yeah. Okay. So. What the fuck, Jason Momoa? Seriously, dude. Bro. Why? Why are you doing this? Why are you becoming the worst human? I can't, in good conscience, like you anymore. So, okay. Jason Momoa is one of these, has become one, I didn't even realize. I think I purposely looked away because he looks great without a shirt on. I really wanted to enjoy Aquaman 2, but guess what? Amber Turd and Jason Social Justice Momoa are making that very, very difficult. Because Jason Momoa is apparently the biggest fucking hypocrite. And if there's one thing I can't stand, it is a fucking hypocrite. Like I said of Pedro Pascal, be as obnoxious as you want, but at least you're fucking consistent. For fuck's sake. Okay. Jason Momoa is putting out all this shit about telling Trump, brazenly, brashly, proudly telling Trump followers to unfollow him, including things like, bah! In his tweets saying, if you support Trump, you're trash and we have nothing in common. Unfollow, fuck you. Ugh. dude, what are you doing? Oh, by the way, also, in case you didn't know, he also was sharing videos of people tearing down statues without permission, going, yeah, tear it all down, sharing a post from someone being like, this person holding so enslaved, they should never have a statue, their legacy should be ripped out at the root. Well, guess what? Guess fucking what? Let's forget all the teachings of Socrates. Let's forget all the teachings of every fucking ancient Greek and Roman and whatever. They all fucking owned slaves back then. Let's forget all of these people. Let's forget every historical bit of knowledge that we ever had from pre a certain era, because every fucking person owned slaves then. If you were luxurious enough to be a fucking philosopher, you were goddamn luxurious enough to own goddamn house slaves to do your bidding. Galileo spent the rest of his goddamn life on house arrest after he was tried for being a blasphemer for saying the earth revolved around the sun, for being a fucking heathen for saying shit like that. He got locked up in a fucking tower for the rest of his life, his home for the rest of his fucking life. Who do you think took care of him? His fucking slaves. He probably got court-appointed slaves to make sure that he had all his needs met and shit like that. So, sorry, Jason Momoa, your rhetoric does not fucking stand, because you're doing the bullshit thing that everyone else does, which is looking through the past from the lens of today. Does that make things that happened in the past right or good? No. Does it mean you cannot judge them through the lens of what is right and good today? Fucking yeah. There are certain immaterial truths. Yes, it was wrong to own human beings. Of course, it was morally wrong to own human beings. But this is not like the Holocaust, where it's morally wrong to commit mass murder, and there's really a lot of opportunity to question that decision, and not a lot of logic or thought behind it. When your entire economy is based on slave labor, it is not good or moral, but it's not just this, thing that everyone's carrying around with them. We're like, I know it's fundamentally wrong to own human beings, but I just need that cotton. It's built into your way of life. You're raised not questioning it. Think of the shit we're raised not questioning. I mean, this is the whole fucking joke. These woke people, none of them were raised woke. You know how I know? Because wokeness wasn't even fucking invented in the iteration it is today until like 10 fucking years ago. I know tons of people that were saying shit before the woke craze that they would be fucking ashamed of now. They're not fucking canceled. None of them were fucking born woke. They were raised, and they're all the ones who will tell you, I had to wake up from the patriarchy. I was indoctrinated by the patriarchy and this and that. Okay, well, now that you woke the fuck up, are you allowed to be forgiven or not? Or do you have to pay for all that shit for the rest of your fucking life? Because guess what? There was no waking up from that shit back then. There was nobody questioning it. You were raised in this way of life, and you just understood that that's the way it was. Some people got to be free, and some people didn't. It fucking sucked. But hey, you didn't fucking question or try to tear down the system because you didn't think there was another option. This is not the internet where you can just Google, I wonder what it's like in Vermont. When I'm down here in Louisiana, find out people in Vermont. Oh, they shake hands with black guys in the street. What a crazy world. Could we ever have that? No, they fucking don't. They hear one guy come down from the north ever and say, oh yeah, up there, we treat our Negroes as friends, not, whatevers. And they go, bullshit, you're lying. And they fucking tell them to fuck off. This is not, again, you're looking at this shit all completely fucking wrong. You cannot treat history like it's all happening in the fucking present. Stop being a fucking moron and understand some fucking context. Seriously, I hate this mirrored image again. I'm just pulling my shirt off. So, fuck you, Jason Momoa, you ignorant fuck. Not to mention, by the way, Mr. I'm So Fucking Righteous also called out Chris Pratt some years ago or something for drinking from a disposable water bottle on a shoot and whatnot. And he was all like, oh yeah, Chris Pratt, cool, but what's with the one single-use water bottle? Not cool, man. Save the environment. And Chris Pratt, in true fucking Chris Pratt fashion, comes back with a fucking joke about how he doesn't want to ruin Aquaman cities, and he's so sorry. He'll make sure it doesn't happen again, but he actually had his 1-gallon reusable water jug on set with him. They just tossed him that one for the shoot because, oh right, he is fucking working, and if the people on the fucking shoot, he literally, it's a post where he's like, I am literally fucking doing a modeling shoot. So if the people who hired him to do their shoot hand him this water bottle and say, this is the water bottle you're holding in the fucking shoot, it's his fucking job. And by the way, Jason fucking Momoa, I have a picture of you that is freely available on the internet drinking out of a fucking Evian bottle, which last time I checked, it was not reusable and also is backwards for naive, which is what you fucking are with your stupid hypocrisies and your bullshit of wanting to call everyone out as Mr. Virtuous, Mr. Save the Oceans, Mr. Captain fucking Planet, because you were in one goddamn superhero movie, which, by the way, at least once again, levels of bullshit. So Pedro Pascal is overly political, but at least he's consistent. Jason Momoa is overly political and inconsistent, but at least he's goddamn doing something. He's actually, proposing a consistent message on some fucking Save the Ocean campaign and shit. Meanwhile, Brie Larson gives tickets to her movie to get girls and calls it feminism. So there are worse people out there. Let's not forget that. Speaking of, we do have a great little Brie Larson tidbit once Rage Mode has calmed down, but we are not done. Jason Momoa is telling all Trump supporters just unfollow him. Just unfollow me. I don't want you here. You're dead to me. You have nothing in common. Ha ha. You suck. Die. Well, fuck you, Jason Momoa, because once again, just like you weren't born woke, you may feel a certain way about these people, but here's the thing. I feel very strongly after what's happened that Trump is wrong, bad, all the things he did. I've always disliked the man and whatnot. I do feel he was partially responsible for what happened. I do think it was wrong. And you can love me or hate me for that or disown me for that. I really don't give a shit. But the thing is, I'm not going to do the same to you if you disagree. I'm not going to do that. I think what he did was fundamentally wrong. And I think supporting him, I don't agree with supporting him at all, and I have much stronger opinions about that than I used to. But I'm not going to tell people to fuck off because they disagree with me. That is idiotic, because here's the thing. I don't know why you came to the conclusion you came to. Just like you don't know why I came to the conclusion I came to. I don't know what information you've been exposed to. You don't know what information I've been exposed to. We may have been exposed to completely different information and come to the equally logical conclusions based on what it is we saw. And we both clearly equally think what we believe in the information that we got is the right information, and the conclusion we drew is the correct one. And because your convictions are equally strong as my convictions, who am I to sit here and try to tell you to fuck off and die, and you're wrong because I believe I'm morally right. Based on what evidence? My feelings. More people agree with me than you. Well, guess what? Democracy may rule when it comes to who we put in office. That is not how we deal with morality. When morality becomes a democracy, you are way the fuck off the deep end, Jason fucking Momoa. That's the way you're living your life. If you want to tell anybody, at this point, it's not 50% of the country that support Trump anymore, but it's still a sizable percentage of the population that is on the side. You want to cut yourself off from them because you refuse to take 1 second to try to understand how a person who may not be a bad person, who may not be an evil, hateful person, could think that supporting this person was the right thing to do. Did you take a second to consider that? Did you take a fucking second out of your rich-ass, expensive, lush, fancy-ass day with your beautiful wife and your beautiful kids and your beautiful Hawaiian attitude and your fancy fucking vegan foods and all this shit and your fucking bodybuilding to think that not everybody lives the fucking life that you do, and not everyone has been privy to the same experiences that you have, and maybe their experiences have led them to draw different conclusions than you. And just because they have drawn different conclusions, and just because they're not as rich as you and not as well-to-do as you and not as fancy as you, that doesn't mean their conclusions are automatically inherently wrong, evil, or immoral. So fuck you, Jason Momoa, for making that assumption about a group that does include perfectly good people. Does it involve bad people? Sure, because guess what? Every fucking group of that size does. People who support Joe Biden, there's good people and bad people. People who support Trump, good, bad. People who are Republicans and don't support Trump, good, bad. Independents, good, bad, blah, good, bad. Everywhere except pretty much social justice warriors and racists. They're all pretty much bad. But outside of that, there's fucking nuance. People are fucking different. So fuck you, Jason Momoa, for being so fucking pretentious that you think that your wealth and status as a goddamn celebrity gives you some sort of moral authority to tell people, to tell the American fucking public who they have the right to support and not. Fuck you. Rage mode concluded. Jeff, it's safe to come back. She Pancake just slept through that whole thing. Whew. While Jeff is coming back or not, I'll get my next bit of news because Jeff does know about this one. So Brie Larson apparently decided to do something that I find hilarious, especially because of the way her fans reacted, which I find equally hilarious. Thank you, Eric Black. Oh, I should read some super chats since I know a bunch rolled in while I was rage moding. Ooh la la. So, nice. Jessica, it looks like you finally got that thing working. Oh, thank you. It says you're brilliant and a great speaker. Oh, you did have another one working before too. Thank you so much. Did I read that one already? I don't remember. Yeah, I think I might have read that one already, but I'll read it again because it's still a lovely compliment. Because Runs of Fandom says if Gaia is real, sorry Hashem, then Jessie is her avatar. Bam! I'll take that one.
and Hashem will forgive us. That favorite Passover moment ever. This is going to sound like gibberish if you've never been to a Passover, but my dad was epic at hiding the afikoman. My cousin found it in record time. Or my sister found it in record time this year. My cousin was very drunk, not happy. We were like 16. So he takes his fist and drops it upon the afikoman, smashing this brittle piece of matzah into dust. And there's this long, awkward silence in the room as the family just looks upon what he's done. And he goes, there, now it's all broke. The silence persists. And he looks up and goes, sorry, God. And I don't know who else did, but I started laughing at that shit because I was drunk too. Oh, God. Paul's review says, I don't mind dropping a few bucks to point out that medieval Italians weren't in the habit of keeping slaves. Do you know what? Whatever. Paul's review. Other people did. So not the medieval Italians. He probably had indentured servants, though. Or like servants he didn't pay very well. And I'm sure he treated women badly. So the point is we should cancel Galileo. But thank you, Paul's review. I know a lot of things. I don't know all the things. And, you know, the, whatchamacallit, medieval Italian history and Renaissance era, pre-Renaissance Italian history is not one of my fortes, so I don't mind being corrected. The point stands. Lots of other times there were slaves. Ooh, I would like to point out on that topic. I'm really pissed off at everyone trying to take away the Jews building the pyramids thing. I was like, oh, it wasn't slaves. People got, no, fuck you. It was Jewish slaves. Fuck you. That's like our one architectural accomplishment. You cannot take that away from us. Also, when people are like, oh, it's probably Egyptian slaves, if anything. Yet the Jews were Egyptians at the time. Hello? Judaism, not a race. We didn't have a country until fucking 1949. So, sorry, but Jew did not exclude you from also being Egyptian or from whatever country you were from, in spite of the laws of the time. So, my personal things, my stuff. Techi-san says rage video, and Jeremy ain't got shit on me. Jeremy wishes he could do what I did. That's a true story. This is actually why what wasn't Cleopatra? Cleopatra was Greek. Shut up. This is actually legitimately why Jeremy loved me on Geeks and Gamers. He was like, Jesse just rages like a crazy person. He knows he can't do this. Testament has secure Jeremy is in his masculinity. The fact that he never seemed upset by the fact that his voice is actually higher than mine. And like I know I have a deeper register for a lady, but I don't got like a tranny voice or anything. So poor J-Man with his slightly above average peen. I only wonder how his wife feels about that. I mean, I certainly know how I feel rocking my slightly below what would be too big for me to take peen. But, you know, we all get our kicks somehow. Africa is a big place. You're right, Bad Wolf. So is Jeff's dick. Speaking of Jeff, are you coming back? Are you coming back? Jeff? Are you alive? Text him. I don't know if he's it's Lindsay's suggestion just came in as PS poop. Anyway, so Brie Larson decided to make one of her little videos answering some stupid quiz or something like that. I just saw the clip. I don't watch her bullshit anymore. I just saw she was trending, and I was like, why? I think my friend actually was like, why is Brie Larson trending? Hoping it would be some fun topic, you know, that we could rip on her for. Nope, she's just trending because in some one of her stupid-ass videos, she answered the question in a quiz. A quiz. Oh, there you are.
I didn't know how long outrage was.
I was yelling for you. I was like,
I just got text.
I thought you were gonna listen to it from there because you know all the Jason Momoa stuff.
Oh, I read it.
Oh, okay. So, all about like the Chris Pratt stuff too and whatnot. Because I went back all the way to that stuff.
Oh, and I just read the newest stuff.
To how he like shat on Chris Pratt for using a disposable water bottle, even though it was just what he was using on set. And Jason Momoa has also been photographed using disposable water bottles so he can suck a dick. I
used to want to drink with that dude.
We were on Brie Larson totally catfishing her supporters with that little video where it was like she was answering some dumb quiz or some shit. And like literally the answer she picked is the one intended to demonstrate that you're a fucking loser. Because the question was something like, you're 10 years old. How do you spend an hour's worth of recess? And her answer was in the library on WikiHow looking up the answer to the question, how do I know if I'm gay? Which is like, that's the retarded answer that you know when you're a loser because all your friends call you gay all the time. You're like, I'm not gay, but then you actually sneak off to the library to look up, am I gay? That's the joke, which she clearly didn't get and selected that answer because she's a loser, and probably is actually how she spent her time when she was 10 because all her friends probably called her gay. Not because she was, because at the time that she was a child, it meant you were a loser. Once again, not endorsing this behavior, condoning it as politically correct or acceptable. It was a different time. It's how it was. But so Brie Larson is a loser, and her fans, of course, all take this to mean, oh my God, Brie Larson's trying to tell us that she's gay. Bitch, she is not. If Brie Larson was gay, she would have come out ages ago to say, I'm gay, because literally there's nothing better for her status in Hollywood right now to come out and say, I'm gay. But if she comes out and says, I'm gay, she can never show up with a boyfriend ever again. And guess what? She's not gay.
But she's also not going to show up with a boyfriend anyway, so.
Who would date her? She'll show up with some simpy little bastard like the last guy she broke up with over not thinking Nintendo was as important as she did.
I mean, it's her whole identity, Animal Crossing.
Clearly.
I mean, it's her only stream of revenue right now.
I know, right?
That Nintendo sponsorship. I think that's why our YouTube channel exists.
So she try to get a Nintendo sponsorship.
It worked.
Did she get one?
Yeah.
Ew, fuck, no. Fuck you, Nintendo. Why would you do this? Roger the Phantom says the demic will probably interfere with poor man Passover a second time. I know, and that bums me out. I love the food and the story reading. Me too. I was thinking about that. I was on the phone with Richard Chu earlier and telling him about my Passover. He was watching my videos to get a sense of my content. He was like, I love how you're talking about your brisket and the one. And I was like, yeah, Passover's a thing. And my like gajillion briskets and all that. So I was thinking about how much I'm going to miss doing another big one. Another year in a row.
We could do another big brisket. It'll get eaten.
Oh, I didn't mean the brisket. I meant a big Passover. But
you know what we do this year?
If
we do a virtual one, let's get it streaming like through one of the apps on the Xbox and do it on the TV.
That would be cool.
That way we don't have to sit and like have all this shit in front of us. We can use the room to light us and be watching on TV with a little webcam.
That'd be pretty cool. I would also going to say you and I should celebrate Purim this year. We didn't do it last year.
Jewish Halloween.
Yes.
Can I dress up as Les Goodman?
You can dress up as whatever you want, but remember, this is the holiday in which it is written that during the feast you must ply yourself with wine until you can no longer recognize the difference between the words "Praised be Mordecai" and "Cursed be Haman." But that's actually how you are in the scripture supposed to celebrate Purim, which is why it's the best holiday. You're supposed to get blackout drunk. It is written. It is actually written into Judaism. Grand Moff Inquisitor. I'm going to let you be the judge of that one. I'm going to let you make the judgment call. I feel like you'll come to the right conclusion with enough rumination.
For him?
In March.
Okay.
So
just be prepared for March. So if you don't know this person.
I know you're kidding. Grandmaster Chris, yes, we do.
Wait, he's no longer the Eye of Sauron. He's not Bad Wolf.
That's not the Eye of Sauron.
That's not the same guy?
Nope, it's a different icon.
Oh, okay.
Different icon. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I think so. Am I wrong?
I thought it was the same guy. He just changed his name.
Confirm or deny, Bad Wolf. This is an interesting development.
Yeah, he just says
Maybe it is.
Maybe
it is. Anyway, anywhoozle. So, our final bit of celebrity news before we go on to finishing that Mad Lib is, which by the way, we still have words on the board, so plenty of words. If you can't super chat, plenty of suggestions still left for you. If you want to jump the line and super chat, still a zillion and one adjectives, a type of liquid, a couple more verbs, plural noun, person of the male, and a celebrity. So, before we jump on to our final topic. So, basically, Brie Larson's a bitch because she's trying to convince her fans that she's gay when she is clearly not. Because why? And this is the whole shit of it. It's these virtue signaling, like, cunts who think that they're doing something good when she is just virtue signaling to them and they're eating it the fuck up because they are just as fake as she is. That's why they love all the shit that she sells them. The hilarity. The hilarity knows no bounds. If you've noticed a shift in the rhetoric on this channel, you're right, by the way. And if you're trying to put a finger on what that is, just stay tuned because I'm putting out a video in a few days that's going to explain to you exactly. If you're like, things are just changing a little, Miles Entertainment, it's a little different here. Hope you like it because I do. It feels great. But have you been noticing that? And then keep your eyes out for the video. You know, exactly what is going on. So Eric Black, I don't either, outside of when my friends tell me she's trending because they know that I like to tear her apart and they think it will probably be funny. So here we go. La 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 la. Oh yeah. Great news, guys. However you feel about Trump, he may actually do may do one thing.
The list is out.
Is it? He didn't get it?
It didn't pop up on the thing I was reading from the New York Times.
No! It's not too late, though. There's not too late. He still has hours left to do this. Because I'd be so sad if this doesn't happen. I mean, it's probably not going to. Because Joe Exotic...
It includes Lil Wayne.
Oh, no! Tiger King star Joe Exotic fails to get pardoned from Donald Trump.
Yeah.
So... I was hoping.
Don't hire that limo, Joe. Joe.
Ooh,
Joel.
Printer wants to know, did he pardon Julian Assange? That's an
Let's
interesting question. I would be very mad if he did
see.
that.
Steve Bannon.
Piece of human refuse.
Brady?
Nope.
I don't know these people.
Pamela Anderson wants him to be.
I didn't realize Lil Wayne was in trouble. So of course he got
Lil Wayne got pardoned. Yep. Did he pardon Meek Mills? Because I don't know. He deserves
wait.
something.
Hold on. Oh, okay. Okay, I thought he offered pardons to Kwame Kilpatrick, the former mayor of Detroit, who was selling drugs. I was like, well, no! Like, I went to school. I started going to school at Michigan State when he had just got busted. We're going to go down the Kwame Kilpatrick fucking rabbit hole. You want to hear the best part of that story real quick?
Yeah.
He won mayor and destroyed the city. Guess who he went up against? Who ran against him and almost won? The dude from Beverly Hills Cop that plays the police chief ended up being a real politician and ran for mayor of Detroit and lost to this guy at the fucking end. If Inspector Todd would have won, Detroit would have been a better city.
That's hilarious. Oh my god. Steve Bannon did get one. Ugh. Anyway. All right. So Printer, I don't think you still say. Okay. Oh, yeah. Good. Correct. Sweepy. Yes. Thank you. I didn't realize you're talking to everybody involved in that chat. Because I don't think Printer was doing anything more on it. But yes, you're shutting all that down. Correct. Thank you. It's a pointless chat, and you were correct. So Joe Exotic did not get the pardon. But there is good news, though, because Jeff Lowe did get his tigers taken away. So that bastard who stole the zoo from Joe Exotic lost his tigers, which is good because one, he's the bastard who stole the zoo from Joe Exotic. Two, he is mistreating, and more importantly, he is mistreating tigers, and they have now been taken or being taken away. So that at least is good news. I can live with Joe behind bars. I can deal with that shit. But I really think this is a mistake on Trump's part because I feel like he could have left the White House a hero if he had pardoned Joe.
If Tiger King came out now, like let's say in the last couple of weeks, and it was hot, then he would have got a pardon. But because Tiger King came out last year and we had real world issues and stuff to deal with.
Poor Joe.
Sorry, Joe should have waited a year to release his diet. Or actually,
Trump should just pardon him sooner. Fuck's sake.
Or Joe shouldn't have tried to kill that bitch Carol Baskin and just done it himself.
Probably should have just done it right. You want something done, do it right.
I mean, why doesn't he pull a Don Lewis?
Shout out to the Tigers. F in the chat for all the Tigers who suffered at the hands of these monsters, including Carol Baskin, that bitch, and hope. Prayers for the Tigers too. Andy Hoozle. So yeah, don't move. Out of it.
Well, I know.
It's freaking stupid. Well, F in the chat for us apparently too, because I touched the Apple mouse wrong, and it's like you wanted to go back. I was like, no, I didn't. I didn't disable that function because I don't like it. California rocks. Shut up. And the rent's going down because everybody's dying. La, 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 la. Seriously, like, I mean, it's sad. Loss of life. It's tragic. It's terrible. The ruthless part of me is fully happy to admit that it is better for me if there are fewer human beings in Los Angeles. It's fact. Well, again, facts. Separate from the feelings. How do I feel about that? Not great. I don't want a bunch of people to die. I don't want thousands of people to die. Is it going to stop me from ultimately reaping the benefits of lower population density? No, it's not. Sorry. I'd be an idiot not to. It's like the Dr. Mengele question. Did he torture and abuse human beings and do terrible things to their bodies? Mm-hmm. But if we don't use the information and glean from some of those, like, not a lot of it was, to be fair, a lot of the militia was really just useless. Like, how long can a human being exist when their intestines are outside the body? Fuck you. Is the answer. But in other instances where people, even just psychological experiments that have been ruled unethical in hindsight, like the Stanford prison experiment is a great one. We learned so fucking much from that, and psychology would be retarded to throw that out just because people look and were like, this is actually cruel and unusual. You familiar with the Stanford prison experiment? Mm-hmm. Love that one. It's so fucked up. I would have loved a bit of guard in that. Hated being a prisoner.
I think we even watched a movie based on it.
I definitely watched, I think, a whole movie about it. So let's see. Runs with Phantom says, would it be messed up for me to dress like Hitler or an SS for Halloween? I mean, isn't the holiday meant for dressing up as things that scare us? See, that's the whole thing, right? Yeah, you're Jewish, so yes. Like, because again, it's the intention too. It's that, I want to dress up as a scary monster, so I picked Adolf Hitler. If you're a Jewish person, that intention is very difficult to misread. If you're not a Jewish person, that's what I'm saying. I'm not one of these people who's like, well, you can only do this thing if you're Jewish or that or this. It's just anyone can make a choice. You do what you want. If you're a Jewish person doing this, it is likely that you'll still get a lot of shit for it. But once you tell people you're Jewish, that you, it is likely that you would still, but when people figure out you're Jewish, they might, appreciate the joke of it, etc. If you're not Jewish, I still say do whatever you want. Just understand that people may not believe you as much if you say that you're, joking. So, does Dion dress up as Dark Fate?
I mean, how does one dress up as a disappointment?
Mandenberg says at Mandenberg, I never drew a cosplay as a Goose Dipper at a Jewish event. Yeah, duh. But at a pagan holiday party or bar may be funny. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, here's there are ways to make it better and worse, and I'm not going to say anything because I'm worried that my channel will just go away immediately because I'm a terrible person. But as Runs here, you may have experienced, I don't know if you've ever met any Israelis. In my experience, Israelis tell the most fucked up Holocaust jokes of anybody. So, it's a joke. I'm panicked. Is he making a joke? He's Jewish. He's making a joke. Everyone needs to calm down. He's not Hitler or racist or a Nazi or anything like that. He's a Jewish person making a joke about the irony of a Jewish person dressing up as a Nazi for Halloween. It's fine. We're not SJWs. We're not social justice warriors. We don't get our panties in a wad.
Imagine the news headlines. Jewish man assaulted for dressing up as Nazis. Claimed it was anti-Semitic. Could you just imagine that headline?
Jewish man assaulted by non-Jews, because it's not going to be other Jews.
Of course.
By non-fucking
That's what I'm getting at. The whole point would be...
The hilarious part is those people who assaulted you are going to go down for not just assault and battery, but a hate crime on top of it.
Exactly. Trying to defend the honor of the shit that
Runs with Fandoms, I think you absolutely need to do this because anything that any non-Jew does or says to you is going to be considered a hate crime, and you can just shove it the fuck back in their own faces and remind them that maybe they shouldn't get fucking involved in other people's business as long as you're not hurting anybody. Anyway, there is a difference between dressing up as a Nazi for Halloween and naming your children Aryan Nation and Adolf Hitler, which actually happened to somebody. Somebody actually did that and had their children taken away. So yeah. Anyway, so Joe Exotic did not get the pardon. The Tigers did though, which is exciting. Not the presidential pardon, but they got released. They got freed. Stop ruining my fucking joke. Been watching Jeffrey Turner. What's up? Says been watching Hogan's Heroes. Hogan's Heroes Jews playing Nazis. There you go.
You ever like that show?
Not really.
Have you heard the stories about the lead actor?
I mean, I don't really know it. I don't dislike it. I just don't know.
No, it's nothing to do with the show. Yeah. He had a secret life. He was addicted to making his own porn. And it fucking came out. And there was even his son ran a website or something like that. Look up Bob Crane porn addiction. They made a movie about him. Greg Kinnear played him.
Too bad Armie Hammer didn't know about this guy because that's the shit of it. You put this shit out there, it's gonna get found.
Yeah,
it's gonna get found.
But it's a little less weird when you. Never mind. I don't want to get back into that topic. Anyway, look it up. Bob Crane. It's weird. That's his legacy. Not Hogan's Heroes. That guy made weird porn, and then his.
Oh dear. Albatross Flight, you are definitely having a Mandela moment. Joe Exotic is alive and well in prison.
Well, we don't know how well he is, but
he's alive in prison.
He's still there.
I'm just sad now because I had a limousine ready for him and everything. They were really hoping for it. Poor Joe. And poor that guy who's still faithful to him. Isn't one of his husbands, his most religious husband, still faithful to him?
You know what they should do with that limousine? They should send it to Macaulay Culkin's house with a large cheese pizza. See if he'll get in.
Oh my god.
Dude, if we ever knew somebody that was going to be like, hey, he's going to be at this location, we should do that to him. We should troll him.
Otherwise, I want to cosplay as the Rancor Keeper from Return of the Jedi. I'm a big dude and I can wear a little Rancor action figure and a necklace. I mean, chain. That would be cool, actually.
That'd be a really
neat costume.
You gotta commit to the full-size Kenner Rancor. It's about this big. Boom, just have that around your neck.
I mean, just do one better. Get one of those inflatable T-Rex costumes, mod it, and then have one of your friends wear it on a chain, and you walk around as the dude.
But you gotta cry every time your friend falls over.
Oh, God.
I can't even get my voice that high to squeal like that.
I love that part. Oh.
And Luke's just like,
Sorry, dude. Killed your puppy. What an asshole. See, Star Wars proving that Luke Skywalker is such a good guy that he can kill a puppy and still get away with it.
Yeah.
That guy is hilarious. I feel for him. And there was actually a period of my life where I legitimately felt bad for him. I actually felt legitimate empathy for him. I don't know why. I love you. All right, Mad Libs o'clock.
Oh.
So, Mad Libs o'clock. Mad Libs o'clock. First suggested as an adjective. So, and then I have an adjective, and the adjective is going to be.
That's onomatopoeia.
You're an onomatopoeia.
Transform and roll out. An onomatopoeia.
Oh my god, apparently McConnell and the Republicans threatened to impeach Trump if he pardoned Assange. A third time! How funny would it be if he got impeached 3 times? Emily, thank you for the Mad Libs. Dead squirrel.
This dead squirrel.
This is dead squirrel. I guess that's a noun. It's going to be a plural noun. No more nouns. Nah. All right, time. So yeah, Mad Libs. So you guys are working on adjectives. So drop any suggestions in the chat. Super chat supersede the suggestion, but points go to whoever's suggestion we do take. We're giving out 20 points for suggestions. 20 points, I believe, we're giving that for suggestions. So Emily up in her score. 20 points for that lovely suggestion. But we are still. Let's see. I'm working on an adjective. Bloody. That's good. Bloody's good. Right?
Yeah.
Jeff, you have a type of liquid.
I won't give you blood because bloody blood sounds
Bloody blood.
actually really funny.
I mean, it would work because it would be a different sentence. So if you wanted.
Oh no! I wanted it to be bloody blood. That's why I was like, type of liquid. How about walk juice?
Ew. It's nasty. All right, adjectives. Ooh, Runs with Phantom says it's a really tough choice. Rancor Keeper or Goose Stepper. Where's a Kaminoan when I need one? So I can be both. A Kaminoan. What are you?
At first, I was like, a Cannibal, like the Twilight Zone? I mean, that's a cool costume.
Kaminoan.
Oh, no. I know. The cloners.
So he can clone himself. I didn't pronounce it right at first, but I got it. I got you, Joe. That would be perfect. Or just, go to 2 Halloween parties this year. So always that.
That's
always
my
that
first
option.
goal. I want to get really famous enough to where, I show up going to Halloween parties on, TMZ and all that other bullshit. It's like a real low bar to set. I was like, yeah, I want to be famous enough to get reported on going to Halloween parties. That's the first step.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, God. Lugubrious, bootylicious, bulbous.
You should pick lugubrious.
I was gonna make bootylicious because we've never had that one before. I mean, lugubrious is a great word.
It just goes back to Chris Jericho.
Is that?
Because there's a line where he's trying to make fun of the crowd. He goes, "Yeah, well, spell lugubrious," and the crowd just they're like,
That'd be really funny if you tried to pull that shit on me because that was one of those words that my dad taught me how to spell when I was actually 9.
Well, you weren't going to be in a wrestling show at 9.
Well, I'm saying if I had been in the crowd when he said spell lugubrious, I would have gone Lugubrious. I think I've eaten his fucking words. Do you know what it means? It means overly sad or mournful. So there's lugubrious is like crocodile tears and always mopey and shit like that. It's Eeyore is lugubrious. Harry Buttles. SummerSlam 1999 says Grandmaster Chris.
Yep.
So clearly that's where he's coming from. That I'm gonna go with Albatross's flights booby. We also have vaginosis, vomitus, valorious.
That sounds like a disease Gwyneth Paltrow has.
Vomitus. Or which one? The
Did you say
vaginosis. Yeah, I don't know. It does. Voluptuous. These are good. Taciturn. All excellent words. You guys have great vocabularies. I like it.
Who the hell knew it was SummerSlam 99?
But I'm gonna. It was the same guy who suggested the word.
Oh, okay.
I wrote buttylicious. I can spell tonight. Bootylicious. Because I'm basic, and that puts Albatross Flight on the board for the first time.
Nice.
Yes. Gonna be really annoying to figure out at the end of the month.
What is the point system?
Yeah.
Well,
we still haven't figured out what Jeff points are worse.
Or worse?
Or worse. Or worse. I can't speak today. I'm having a stroke, clearly. We do Albatross Flight, so 20 points for Albatross. Okay, so chat, you're working on verb past tense next, and I have a verb. Murder. It's a good verb.
What makes you think it's murder?
Murder. All right, Jeff, you have an adjective.
How about?
Oh, O.J. Simpson thinks Carol Baskin did it, and he would know.
Yeah.
So he'd fucking know. Takes one to know one.
Yeah.
So.
I have an adjective. How about shiny?
Shiny. I like it.
Thank you, Stingray.
It's a good adjective. All right. How about our verbs? Past tense from the chat. What's up? Thank you, Stingray.
Dork, thank you.
Whenever I'm good, I'm good. Whenever I'm bad, I get a serious disease. What? What's wrong with Sweet Pea?
Sounds like a...
Sounds terrible.
Are you the Hulk?
Do you have AIDS? She has hairy buttholes.
I mean, that shouldn't make you break out in hives, is that what she said?
I don't know. She says, whenever I'm good, I'm good. Whenever I'm bad, I get a serious disease. Sounds like AIDS. Asphyxiated, jiggled, caged, wiggled. Asphyxiated. That's a nice sounding one. We'll give it another minute. Let's see. Roger the Phantom says, wow, this Mad Lib going to be all about the booty tonight.
Yeah.
Is that a problem for anyone? I didn't
You
think
should
it
just
was.
change your channel to the booty channel.
The booty channel. We have legitimately talked about me doing videos of just my butt. So it might happen. Who knows? Aristocrated. Dongled, bootified. Defiled. Oof. Spookily vaginated. What do you feel? Anything? We can keep with the theme and go bootified.
Yeah, just stick with the theme.
I do really like defiled though from Old School Jeremy.
Defiled works though for the butt theme, so
it's true. Defiled. Yeah, let's see. Is Old School Jeremy on the points list yet? He is not. He's not, but he is now. Old School Jeremy. Coming in with 20. Bam! Dongled, breached, exploded pipe. These are good. What do you do with a big fat butt? And I think I'm drunk out here. Well, we do a lot with it actually.
Right.
Because of quite a few uses.
But for the point of YouTube, you sit on it. You sit on it, but you can't take it with you. Share.
All right. So, verb is next from the chat. I have a celebrity though. Pancake.
I think Armie Hammer's a better choice.
Okay.
I was just joking. Shit, pancakes been so knocked out today.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, you tucking our little boy out, running him up and down the
hallway. All right, you have an adjective, Jeff.
How about poopy?
Poopy. Oh, so much poop in here.
The bloody blood, the poopy.
Poop. Runs of Phantoms is for Mando Merc breached. Well, since you have that verb, so breach. It is.
This is a very disturbing series of words.
You guys are so nice to each other. So Runs with Phantoms, you're gonna get 20 for sending in the suggestion, but Mando Merc is also gonna get 20 for the suggestion. So thank you guys. All right, spookily imaginating. All right, so finally, chat. You guys are gonna get a person in the room. So any buddy in the chat, anybody in any of your homes, our cats, all count. So. Suggestions. But I have another adjective. Since you just did poopy, I want to go shitty.
The edgy version of what I said.
Yeah.
You have a poopy day. You have a shitty day.
I hope Lindsay doesn't fall asleep because I really want to hear. I would really want her to hear the story. If not, I'll just read it to her tomorrow.
The poopy poop.
All right, you have an adjective.
Oh,
Bad Wolf says Satan.
smelly.
I'm taking Satan from Bad Wolf because
I just like that sentence. I'm taking Satan from Bad Wolf. Don't give any context. Don't even explain it. I'm taking Satan from Bad Wolf. Put that on a t-shirt.
I'm taking Satan from Bad Wolf. All right, so Bad Wolf's on the board now. Bad Wolf. I was gonna do the Bad Wolf.
Did you remember to tell the audience the terrible atrocity we committed today?
Which one?
We watched Pluto Nash.
Oh God, we didn't watch it. We had it on.
It was on TV for a minute. It was background noise.
I'm gonna take Satan from Bad Wolf. I'm just gonna write that down in case it comes up again. Woo! And that's our story, guys. All your suggestions were wonderful, but Satan is always with us, so we choose Satan. And Bad Wolf, or what's it called? Hollow Moon (parentheses Bad Wolf) is one of my favorite AWOL Nation songs.
I just think of Doctor Who.
I think of that too. But I'm make a deal with the Bad Wolf, see the Bad Wolf, don't bite no more. I'm make a deal with the Bad Wolf, see the Bad Wolf, don't bite no more. I'm make a Bad Wolf, I like that song a lot. I used to make my neck sore headbanging that song in my car. All right, you guys ready to hear the story we wrote?
No.
As the world churns.
Like butter.
It's actually about ice cream. May I remind you, we have a lot of butt stuff in here, including anal vor and blood.
I hope you like bloody shitty ice cream, folks. I'll have 2 scoops.
We here at Frosty World are excited to unveil our newest ice creams and frozen poop.
Oh, so it's soft serve. Cool. Just lay like this and keep reading.
Frozen poop. Thank you, Lindsay. This year we're mixing up some bloody takes on classic flavor.
Ew, gross.
Cookies and walk juice, anyone? No!
Oh, gross.
No. Perhaps mocha swirl or bootylicious vanilla might be more to your liking. Yes, maybe.
Bootylicious vanilla sounds
both
delicious.
of those sound much more preferable to cookies and walk juice. Our personal favorite is mint anal vor chip.
Mint anal vor chip?
Mint anal vor chip.
Are the chips still made of chocolate?
I don't think so.
Oh. What?
They're made of pooping people.
I have a question. What company? How did the FDA allow this to get produced? Armie Hammer in charge of the FDA now? I guess we're gonna just see like human grade meat for sale. I mean, just human meat for sale.
Guys, the health conscious can murder without guilt while enjoying one of our fruit sorbets or fat-free shiny yogurts. So when you eat a shiny yogurt, you can kill people without feeling guilt.
Is that like a fucking shiny candy in Pokemon?
I don't know.
I'm gonna evolve into a better serial killer.
I guess I can't
They simply have to be defiled to be believed. Oh my god! What the fuck? It's the most fucked up story we've ever read. It's about ice cream. We're most excited about our Fame and Frosty lineup, featuring celebrity-inspired ice cream flavors such as actual Cannibal Shia LaBeouf's Rocky Road and chocolate chip Armie Hammer dough. It's our Cannibal series. Music lovers will be Poopy for Lady Bumfuzzle Lemon.
Ah, that works awesome.
And classic rockers will Breach for Sweet Pea Springsteen's Dancing in the Dark Chocolate. Damn, Sweet Pea, I didn't know you were a singer.
Yeah.
Top our shitty frozen treats off.
What a fucking selling point. Our shitty frozen treats.
With some sprinkles, dead squirrels, or smelly fudge. Sure.
Dude, don't we have a box of smelly fudge over there?
Can we please make a shirt that's an ice cream sundae with dead squirrels on it?
Sure.
Ah! I need this shirt. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What is happening is right.
You'll never go back to Satan and Jerry's. That's how it ends.
Wait, that's Satan's lover's name, right? Jerry? I'm glad they were happy. I mean, after Saddam disappointed him and Chris was a puppy. Remember Chris from South Park? Oh, Chris.
Chris sucks. He's such a vagina.
I'm like, dude, he's cheating on you. Just fucking admit it. No, I can love people. Shut up.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Jeff, this is the best one we've ever done.
Yeah. Frozen poop.
Frozen poop.
Is it wrong that I thought of your sister when you said that?
No. She's a poop face?
Yeah.
That's our nickname. That's what Jackie and I call. We sign birthday cards to each other as poop face. So it just it all started one night. You know how siblings get. It's me and my sister and brother all sitting lying in a room together at a hotel. Probably my sister and I sharing a bed and probably kicking each other in the covers. I think Jackie was getting mad because John and I were keeping her awake. She might have even been a little cot. You know, we might have gotten a little cots for the room. And my brother and I are probably being, getting riled up and keeping her awake and shit. And so she's like, you guys are poop faces. We all started calling each other poop faces. And then Jackie called us a giant poop, and I lost it. Have you ever been called a giant poop before?
No.
It's pretty fucking hysterical. Oh, Girl Library Fox, thank you for the poop cube. The frozen poop emoji.
The poop cube, the poop.
The frozen poop treats. Alejandro Cervantes. Did you pop it in right at the end?
He is.
Like a motherfucker. Oh my god. I'm going to have to read this one again next week because it was that fucking good.
Okay.
And don't be surprised. I might actually illustrate the Dead Squirrel Sundae for my shirt. That may be the first piece of art I put out there for you to buy is a Dead Squirrel Sundae.
This Dead Squirrel Sunday.
And fudge pieces with flies around
Stinky.
it.
Smelly fudge.
Smelly fudge. Smelly fudge, dead squirrels, and don't forget the Ranabo sprinkles.
Spronkles?
Spronkles.
Spronkles.
I can't.
Spanch.
Oh, she can't sing. That's why she got a shitty sponsor from Satan's Shitty Ice Cream. This is why you're my favorite, Sweet Pea. Sweet Pea, you get like, I don't know, 50 points for making me laugh. That was funny. I'm not biased.
Mm-hmm.
She's not even in the lead.
So you're not showing favoritism.
The James Baker is because he already had 2,000 points. He had 20 points from something before this.
And then he bought a shirt, right?
And another 230 points. And he bought a shirt. So before we go, let me know, did anybody else, while I go get our outro set up, dude, because I was fucking dying. Thank you for all the love. Thank you for all the likes. We had a great show tonight. We had so much fun. Next week's going to be even more fun because it's going to be the same us that you know and love. We're also going to have Rob from Midnight's Edge on the show with us and Chris Gore, the man who was us before we were us, the man making a living talking about pop culture before it was cool and before he had a YouTube with which to do it. So we are super stoked to welcome to the High Council next week as well, and then to marathon him right on through for this show. So you can expect us to actually start on time next week since we're going to chop, and we don't, even though we go for 8 hours at a time sometimes, we don't think Chris wants to.
I don't want to.
So that's going to be an awesome show next week.
And like I said, let me know if anyone. Oh, Yakuza, I'll drop a couple links. We did have just another couple of shirts come out today. We had the Roland Gonzalez's suggestion for I Survived 2020, and all I got was a stupid t-shirt. Awesome. Don't worry, Alejandro. It's no problem. Hope you enjoyed the replay. This was a really, really fun one. So I really hope you do catch the replay. And we finally corrected the spelling. I actually used a cooler font this time for the I Like Big Assholes and I Cannot Come Zach Blackfire shirt. So Zach, if you're still listening to, just get back with me one more time to make sure I still have the most up-to-date address for you, and I'll get you one of those shirts. Yes, so one last chance. If anybody wants to buy a t-shirt, you can get one of those two or any of the other designs. Right now, during the stream, you get 5,000 points. So far, D. James Baker is the only one to cash in on that. Sounds like he's on his way to winning first prize this month. But all that stuff is great. Oh, God. Jeff, you have to read this one.
Hear about the two sisters who opened a boat shop in Austin? They ran the best little ore house in Texas. Oh, that was fun. I like fun. I wish you liked fun.
I like fun. I just don't like puns.
But puns are fun.
Nope.
Some
people think, you know what? Some people think cannibalism is fun, Jeff. Some people think cannibalism is fun.
Armie Hammer does, and you're cool with him.
That's my new Some People Juggle Geese. Is some people think cannibalism fun is, and not even some people. I'm just gonna when people are when I argue that different tastes instead of saying some people juggle geese, which 300 points if you know that reference. What is some people juggle geese from? Extra bonus points for every detail about what it's from you can add, like specifically the moment that line is from. Emily gets Jeff points for making him laugh. Okay.
Wait, you don't get to determine that.
That's true. I was gonna ask you, did you want to give Emily Jeff points for the pun?
No, but I'll give her Jeff points because she offered to get me Jim Lee's autograph, and that
That's
goes
fair.
a long way. So give her what is my denomination? What do I do in the thousands?
You do anything from the thousands to the millions. So
Give her 5 million.
Okay. There might just be separate prizes for Jeff points.
I'll send you Jim Lee's autograph.
Oh God! Enough with the puns. Do not. I will leave.
Just end the stream. It's time to go. Anyway,
You'll miss your window for buying the shirt. Any other shirts? Last chance to let me know in the chat. I did see that you sent me one, McFrozen Nuggets, and I will go check it in a minute. But last chance to let me know, because I'm about the fuck out if you guys are starting to pun here. Because 5,000 points for Gryffindor, which will be good for better things, real prizes. I should just do an arcade-based system, like let people know. That would make too much sense if I did that with the points. It has to be arbitrary and bullshit. That's the only way to make it fun. You have to cut them out and send them in. That's what I should do for that one. I'll be like, here's the number of points you had. Now you have to cut them out and send them in. If you don't remember what that's about, well, you missed it. That's too bad. CP, I'm so excited. Anyway. Oh, Yakusei, you know what? I'll count it because you're trying to. Just promise me you're going to buy a shirt between now and next Tuesday. And if you do, it's 5,000 points, Yakusei. So I'm just going to give it to you and trust that you're a man of your word. We think we can trust Yakusei, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Teespring's checkouts, but it was a little fuckety for me. So it's not working. Just refresh it or close it out or try again later. Because it took me a million tries. I was trying to get a shirt for Sweet Pea because I promised her one ages ago. And I was not letting me check out, and then because it was still showing it was in my cart, but not letting me check out with it, if I added something else and then tried to check out, it was being all fuckety. So I had to clear my cart and then put it back in, and then I was able to check out. And that was, I think I had a computer reboot somewhere in between that process for other reasons. So, because earlier today my computer was just not making sound, but whatever. Oh, James Hancock. Well, I'm glad. Unfortunately, we are about to close this puppy down. But you can certainly refresh watch the replay on this one because it was super fun. It was a really good show. So if you were awake and looking for something to watch, just rewind and start over, and then you'll get back to this part where I go, "Oh, James Hancock, you're awesome!" And you'll get your little shout out and feel like you're part of the show the whole time. Mm-hmm. So there you go. It was my fault as well too, because even after you did send it, it took me minutes, and I also could have followed up with you previously to be like, "Yo." Anyway, it's all good. I did Mando Merc. I don't know if I sent the response yet, but I was writing one, so I think I sent it. If not, I will finish sending it soon, unless you sent another one to me about the things and the stuff. So if you followed up on my reply, I haven't had a chance to do that because obviously we've just been streaming since then. But all these things all of these fun things, all of these wonderful housekeeping. Jeff's just sleeping now because, he's just waiting for his Corona kiss. That's the only reason he's been sitting here. He got promised a kiss. All right, so, oh, Mando Merc, it's all good. You can still earn tons of points just by being in the stream for all these random arbitrary reasons. We'll be giving them away left and right. So, top prize will frequently be a shirt of your choice. So, if you do want a shirt, here's another fun way to get points right now. By the way, everybody who is following me on Livit, and we'll do a wrap up on this next Tuesday, so some of you guys will be entitled to this. We're gonna wrap up tonight and revisit. Everyone who's following me on Livit, if you show up in a stream between now and next Tuesday on Livit, everybody there, 10K points. That's big old chunk of points. It's really gonna set you apart from the back. So one more time, download the Livit app on your phone, and then you are going to follow M.E. That's from Mindless Entertainment, God Empress, right? And the God Empress of Mindless Entertainment. That's what you're gonna go look up. So download that app, look up this person. You're going to follow me over there. I stream Thursdays, Fridays, and Mondays, 3 p.m. Pacific, and any other time I feel like. You pop into a stream sometime over there, 10,000 points back over here. I'm all about giving. I actually love working off the Livit model, right? I can give you points, and then I can give you back to you with things like merch that you maybe couldn't buy otherwise. Livit is an app. It's awesome. It's super fun. It's just another streaming-based app. It is Steam, free to sign up, free to use. You contribute to it in different ways. So you actually, by watching streams, you can earn coins that you can then give to supporters. You can also just buy coins that you can then give to them too. So there's lots of different ways to support that don't, regard money. So that's why I'm doing things like the point system. So I can do things like give back to you guys, even if you guys can't, because support means a lot to me, even if it's not always financial. So, that's what's up. 10,000 points to anyone dropping over to Livit. Give you a nice edge over there. Someone might actually be able to overtake the James Baker unless he gets his ass over to Livit, in which case, suck it. But that's it. Mad Libs was amazing tonight. The show was amazing tonight. Y'all are amazing. We finish with the Kanonaki.